What's up? You've tuned in the Kokomo Press Podcast. I'm Jordan Grainger, your host, and this week my co-host is one of the greatest ever. It's Cortni Richardson. She's back in the studio hanging out, and she brought along some friends. We're talking Harvestfest X. This is our series that we do every year. We do a multi-part series. This year we're doing a two-part series, and we're excited. The first guest, he's the host of Outhouse Super Show. He's the frontman for Dwarf Among Midgets. He's the director of Deaduccine Alfraido, and he's my drummer in Graygarden. Ladies and gentlemen, Matty Crull is here. Joining him and joining us is the Godfather, the granddaddy of Harvestfest. This is the 10th year of it. He's excited. He also owns Miami Open Air Auditorium. He's a great guy. We've had him on multiple times. So excited to talk to our good buddy, Kotkoski. But before we get into what we talked about today, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share it around, and give us a comment below and let us know what you think about the show. Tell us what you think. This week we talked about so much. We started off the show a little rocky. Things got emotional. One of our people on the show ended up crying, but we ended up getting through it. And the thing is, we're all friends, so sometimes we do press each other's buttons a little further than we like. I'm happy to let you guys know that we all talked it out. We had a great time, and sometimes these podcasts are like a therapy session. But after that, we started talking about Harvestfest X. We talked about how great it's going to be this year, all the different comics, the bands, all the food we're going to have there, the vendors. It's going to be amazing. And then we also talked a little bit about that new venue opening up in Kokomo called Gasworks. You got to check that out. We talked more about Outhouse Records this week because, of course, Matty Crull's here. We got to talk about the great things they're doing. And then Cooper's Pub, because that's where we're doing our open mic every Thursday. We talked about so much, including some predator catcher group and why they were in Kokomo. It's not a great story, not going to lie to you. But we also talked about just how we all got into doing what we do and how comedy comes from it. We talked about the roast. We talked about so much. So please, if you enjoy this show, tune in, have a great time with myself, Cortni Richardson, Corey Kotkoski, Matty Crull. This has been the Kokomo Press Podcast, and you're about to enjoy it, baby. Oh, woo!
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children.
I wrote a new chunk on the fact that, like, Cortni, do you need to just talk?
What?
I can't. Are you dead? What did you do?
We need like bigger chairs.
Cortni might be the worst podcast host of all time. She has asthma. She wants to eat the whole time. She coughs. She wants to vape the whole time. She coughs.
You gotta hit one with the other.
ASMR, the worst podcast.
Get her the Narcan.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so Dan Alton.
No, it was Dan West.
Dan West.
I'm going to wait for her.
I'm fine. I'm just dying.
Listen
I know.
very closely.
I'm fine.
There you go. Now you can do whatever you want, Cortni.
What line was it?
I turned her off.
Listen very closely.
I'll turn her right back on right in time for her to cough on the mic.
That reminds me.
She hasn't been on in like 3 weeks, so she's lost all all podcast etiquette.
We weren't started yet.
We've started.
We haven't.
We're recording right now.
No, we're not.
Swear to God.
No
You're.
one told me we started
You don't watch
yet.
the podcast enough. He does this every
She doesn't
week.
know. She doesn't. This is the thing about having women on podcasts. This is why I'm like, I literally don't care about having women on podcasts most of the time, is they don't listen to podcasts that they're on. They don't listen to podcasts that talk. They
I
mostly
listen
just
to Matt's
listen.
podcast every week.
Oh, I know.
That's him like reenacting
She also
it.
shares it, and I have to like shame her to be like, bro, I just dropped a reel too. Can you share our reel? I'm like, pick a fucking team.
Hey.
Your fucking face is on the masthead. Do better. That's what I told Jordan today. I was like, her face is on the masthead. She needs to do better.
I share stuff all the time.
I know.
I don't ever tell her. I don't
Be
tell her
better.
to share
I
our
don't
shit.
share-
I know. She just does it out of love.
No, I share
It's
the
different.
stuff that I don't share the stuff that I'm tagged in because it'll show up more than once on my page. So I'll have like
Yeah, more than once. You gotta spread a wide net.
Yeah.
Holy fucking
That's how you get.
I know. She's so serious
Attention.
about it, right? Anyway, Dan West came up to me or messaged me after the last show, and I had wrote that whole bit, like a new bit about stripping. And I had a strip club bit before, but I like didn't know. I need to connect them, but I haven't been able to figure it out. But my joke was like, I'm almost 40, and growing up, like strip clubs, we had so many strip clubs in town. Now we're down to like one. We're down to one strip club, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like when we grew up, this was a town of strip clubs.
In the end, there can be only one.
There can only be one, and we got down to just the Hugger, and so I went through all of them, and then
Wait, is that just the Hugger?
just the Hugger. That's all we have now. But I mean, like think about it. Like we have more McDonald's now than strip clubs. We have more Taco Bells than strip clubs. We actually have more Wendy's, Subways.
So it's saying there's more opportunities.
There's more
taking your clothes off
KFCs.
and
There's
dancing.
more KFCs than strip clubs, and
There's more Chipotle's than
If
for strip clubs
there's-
now.
yeah,
That's crazy.
it's wild.
If there's anything with more than one, it's more than strip clubs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
that's the
saying
joke.
now. But that wasn't the
You're just gonna
case.
Go through and name everything.
Yeah. No, it's
pandemic took
it's
away
called
the
it's called
strip club.
escalation of a joke. Oh my god, this
You're
is
not
why we
very
need to get
good
her on
at it.
stage so she can do
joke.
better. She's never done comedy. The
I know,
biggest
but
comedy
I
is
don't
how
need
much
to
of
do
how
comedy.
different you look with like normal hair.
But
You
her
just look like
comedy
an
routine
adult
works.
now.
Like,
Stupid, right?
even when like you become even more comfortable on stage, acting like you're not comfortable and you don't know what you're fucking doing works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Keep trying to get to the punchline, but Courtney
Right,
keeps
your
derailing
punchlines are
every time I
good,
try to
your
bring the
comedy's
punchline
good.
up. It's like she just do.
There's no punchline.
This
I
is
thought we
why.
were
This
just
is
having a
another women. Why
conversation.
the reason why you don't have women on a podcast?
I
They
thought
just
we were
derail
just
it.
talking.
That's what a podcast is.
Oh my
Courtney.
god.
It's just the
God
shorter
damn
toes
it.
I'm
thing.
sorry that you always have to have the last word.
You're going to jail. All right.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Let's get this
Thank
party
you.
started.
Thank you for being here. Anyway,
Story.
there's a whole chunk about how we have too many strip. Well, we used to have so many strip clubs. Now we're only down, and I list them all, and then the punch. It goes, oh, we have the Hugger, we have Tees, we have Divas, VIP, we had fucking. I don't know why that rhymed, but that was cool. We had Big Daddies, we have Little Daddies, we have Big Daddies too big, too daddyless, and I guess that was the too big,
Yeah.
too daddyless is what got them.
Most people
That was the
don't
first
know
time I
this,
heard
but
it. You said you had that line before?
I did it downstairs one time, and then I like retired it for a minute because I was like, I didn't like the chunk. I did a whole bit about how, we grew up in a town of strip clubs, and then I joined the Navy, and I have to go to a strip club in like Italy. And the crazy thing about the strip clubs in Italy is they have coins for dollars. They don't have like bills. So you walk in and you give them coins, and they give you fake dollars. And then I ended up in Washington State, and when you go in there, you have to be 2 feet from the stage. They're completely nude strip clubs, but you have to be 2 feet from the stage. So you
Fruit-
can't be anywhere
fruit
near them.
bars.
So you can't tuck a buck. So when you walk in there, you give them dollars and they give you poker chips. So it's the exact opposite of Italy. Like you give them the coins and then they give you the dollars. And then the joke was it's weird to be at a strip club trying to like tuck a buck with a and you have to like shoot it. So the whole time we're just trying to like get her to put her asshole up and go Kobe. Like that's the joke is like trying to get a poker chip in her butthole.
that and the meatballs
Yeah.
and the
They don't have to
sauce.
wear underwear either, do they?
No, they're fully nude. That's what I'm saying. It was like that's
You have to add that in the joke.
I said I
He did
just
say
said
that.
that.
He's
in
like
the-
a lot of fruit bars will do that too. Like all the deja vus were like
literally
fruit
did say it.
bars or whatever.
When?
As
During
when
the
he was talking about
conversation.
it.
He
I
said
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 do
fully
fully
nude.
nude. You can do fully nude in this state too, as long as
Hold
there's
on,
no
hold
alcohol.
on. And then right here, I'm going to stop and reverse it and show where I said it and how she didn't get it. And then I ended up in Washington State, and when you go in there, you have to be 2 feet from the stage. They're completely nude strip clubs.
And hear me say,
No, I
minus
really
the
did.
meatballs and sauce.
I really
He
did.
really-
You just
he-
didn't
he
hear
did
it.
say it.
She was looking right at me. I was like,
I was listening to you. I didn't hear you say
Meatballs and
fully
sauce.
nude.
The
Because I
meatballs
was
and sauce.
wondering if they were fully nude.
yeah, they're fully nude.
You were thinking about it as you were listening. That's the problem. You were in your own head thinking about it while he was telling you.
Yeah.
I don't want to
The
do
Italian one
podcasts
has a
anymore.
Chef Party logo before we
you
go
would've
in.
just
I'm gonna go
You
back
would-
to
you
That'd
cleaning
be
the
great.
kitchen.
You would have heard him say
With the
it.
mustaches worth
That's
up.
why I thought it was so funny because I saw you looking right at him when he said it.
Yeah, it's
You're like, no, he didn't.
It's funny because
I'm
last
going to go
week,
back home and finish the laundry.
Hey,
finally,
no, you should go home and finish cleaning the kitchen.
All the time.
I already finished the kitchen, you fucking bitch.
I don't know.
this is what I deal with. This is there's too much insolence coming from the green chair.
This chair is teal.
It's green.
It's not green.
What is teal?
This is teal. It's like a blue-green. It's like an
Okay, so
ocean
it's a
green.
blue what?
It's like an ocean color.
hold on.
I
There
just
was
can't call
no
it
blue
green.
color before.
Teal is blue and green together, but it's more green.
Yeah.
Turquoise is
Yep.
blue and green together, more blue. Mm-hmm. So teal would be a shade of green.
And when I'm like putting the names in on here, like of the seats, I just call green because why the fuck would I put
It looks
teal?
more-
There used to be no blue color at all.
Yeah, I know. Isn't
There
that
was no
crazy?
blue color on the planet.
That's a crazy story. Tell people
And
about
like
that.
the whole
Are
point
we
of it.
podcasting now?
We
Yeah,
are
yeah.
on.
We're talking.
Really?
Awesome.
We're hanging out.
Well, like the blue color didn't exist because there was no fucking vocabulary for the blue word.
Yeah,
so
I
the
read
color,
that.
no one saw the fucking color blue, which blows my mind.
That's wild. Yeah, I haven't
Everything
seen
was
that
shades
before.
of green.
Well, it's the same with pink. Like pink didn't exist
Pink.
like 50 years ago.
Oh, the pink existed. All right.
It existed. We didn't have. Apparently, it had to do with like dyes. Like we didn't like we'd see it in nature,
What
but
color
we
would you
just
call that? Meat then?
like it was like a Venn diagram of like blue was like green. and like purple. Like we've expanded colors. It's more like putting women in the room. We didn't used to.
Man, you're really hating on women right now, dude.
No, we put them in the room. They see colors better than we do.
What the hell?
They see colors better than we do. That's a fact.
So at one point there was only like red, green, and yellow.
It was
So Cortni seriously
green,
feel
yellow,
better
and then
about
expanded
yourself,
from
right?
there. What if
Black.
if you go even further though, like what if it started with just one color and then it was like, well, this is the opposite of that color, so let's call it like I don't.
It's all in the color spectrum, and that's it.
Yeah,
Red,
yeah.
orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
How
That's
long did
it.
they go without being able to tell the difference between colors? Like
Isn't there?
Who's they?
It just blue was considered green, like part of green.
When we developed
Aren't there
eyesight.
animals that can see more colors than us?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, lots.
Because I'm like,
And there's animals that can see less colors than us, like dogs.
yeah.
Yeah, well, ultraviolet spectrum.
I want to know what
like
the other
predator.
colors are.
Well, the point is that there's no way for us to
I know.
It's a frequency.
It's like the stripe thing.
It trips me out
Yeah,
all the
it's a
time because I'm like, there's
It's all
more colors.
frequency, like sound and everything else. It just vibrates on it. We can't even comprehend it. Like ants don't know we exist.
They don't, but they see us and they're like, "Who's that guy about to eat me? Who's about to snort me for $50?
Ozzy.
You ever snort a line of ants for $50?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire
Red
ants.
That's why I'm
I've
stupid.
ran into a thing of red ants, like in Florida, fucking mowing your lawn.
Yeah.
And that's something you do not want to fucking do. Ever.
Yeah.
Do not disturb
Where
the
we had our
fucking
meeting
stuff.
and Castiel picked up a rock and it was an entire ant hive. And he's like, look, they have babies. And then they just started attacking everything.
Yeah,
That was
that's what
good.
they
It
do.
was the
That's what they
worst.
do.
Murder.
I thought I had a picture of our meeting on here, but I might not. That was the weirdest fucking. I took a really weird picture of all of us because it was just awkward. Yeah, I don't see
meeting?
it.
Did you meet in a park or
Somewhere.
something?
No, like, so we've been trying to, the whole point of us doing a weekly Kokomo Press meeting is to like be able to get together, brainstorm, talk about what's going on, and then hopefully film more just to do kind of take it from a play from your guys.
Like a real business kind of does.
like more like less like a business and more like a skit group. You know what I mean? Because
like
like
writers would
we
do.
need to do that more.
Yeah.
And so Brian's too busy on Mondays now. Before Jordan would be too busy, or Cortni couldn't make it out because of her kid. It was like always something.
Fresh juice.
So we probably only done in the last like 6 months like 4 real meetings, maybe 5, right?
With all of us here. at
With
least.
everybody.
Time to expand your talent.
So finally, I said, "Fuck it." That last week, I was like, let's just do like a Google meeting, like or a FaceTime meeting on Messenger. And that's what we did. And so like it was just like a bunch of us looking ridiculous. A bunch of pictures of it. I'm probably have it on there somewhere. It's like
That was
there's
the
so many
week
pictures.
before. Last week, I walked to my mom's house and went swimming during the meeting.
There you go. Here it is. Here's the picture.
Oh, that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we were giving Jordan shit the entire time because he fucked up the orientation because it would be 4 and 4, and he wanted to go sideways and like pretend like, oh, look at my cool studio area where I do In Your House podcast.
Because horizontal video is just superior in every way.
It is, except for whenever
Except for
you're
when
on
you're doing
phones.
4 people in a
On a
group
phone.
chat.
On a phone.
Yeah, when you're on a
that'd be
phone,
weird.
it's a little different.
I like
Yeah.
it. Makes it much cooler than
Anyway, this is the Kokomo Press Podcast. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I'm Jordan Grainger, your host, and my co-host today over here in the green chair.
Where's the green chair?
That's you.
We just had a whole conversation.
Oh my
about
Not
God.
a green chair.
It's Cortni.
This
And then,
chair
of
is
course,
not green.
today in our black chair.
I'm
Oh, that's the black chair right here. That's you.
great.
nice button pushing.
It's Matty Crull. And then
That chair is
in our red
gray.
chair, we have returning
Red rum.
Red Rum Corey. Kotkoski.
I'm Corey.
Is it
Corey
Kotkoski?
D. Yes, Kotkoski. Yeah, we went through this. Well, no, we want to talk about the other podcast.
Yeah.
Corey D works.
We had the same
That's my
conversation.
gangster name.
Well, we've had this conversation before on this podcast
Kotkoski.
because although you went on the Outhouse Super Show, you've been on. This will be your 3rd time on the Kokomo Press Podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
And I
You guys
think
also have 5 seasons, okay? We're still on like episode
I know,
26
right?
or something.
Have you? I think you finally are to the point where you've been on your podcast more than ours.
Yeah, just now. Yeah. 26 episodes in.
Nice.
I think I just
Congratulations.
passed it, yeah. It's been a while since I've been here, though. I'm excited.
I know
I'm excited
it
to be here.
has. I was talking to Cortni about it at one point, and I said ever since he started his own podcast, he's been too good to come on ours.
I've not been invited.
No, you were like multiple times, but
He needed
there was
to
a
get-
couple times you couldn't make it. It was like we've had a couple things. It's been that, and then part of it's like you're doing your own podcast, so it's like I gotta edit mine and I gotta do all this. That's just like
Yeah, Sundays are usually my day. We shoot on Sundays here. That's my day to edit the other one. So
Yeah.
usually that's what I do through the afternoon. So
But anyway, we're here to talk about a bunch of bullshit like we always do on this podcast because that's what we do for fun. But mostly we're here to talk about an upcoming festival we have called Harvestfest X. It's the 10th version of Harvestfest. If you've paid attention at all to us, we've been doing comedy for 3 years. Let me just go back to the beginning. This is
like
Harvestfest X, presented by Outhouse, the Kokomo Press, and Corey D. Let's start that out first. All right. And
That's
this
not
year,
my guy.
we have as always, headlining the show, Dwarf Among Midgets.
That's our
You say Dwarf.
I don't know why that music happened, but we'll throw that music. I clicked 2 buttons.
once a year show.
Once a year.
Remember what Jeremy said yesterday that maybe Dwarf shouldn't play Harvestfest?
Who's Jeremy?
He did say that.
Who's Jeremy?
From your band, Graygarden, that's about to start practicing
He's fired.
again?
I don't know who he is. Been so long since I've seen that guy.
Yeah.
So he went to the record store.
Yeah.
Still hasn't made it out to an open mic.
I actually booked.
To be fair-
actually booked
Actually,
the
he
Grey
said it
Garden.
at-
I know you messaged me and said you. He
You
was
guys
like,
not even practicing yet.
I was
so
freaking out because you're
boom.
like, you're like, I booked a Grey Garden for a show at Outhouse, and I looked at the date and I was like, oh, February. We're
We talked about it, but here's the thing: February 1st, I'm not going to be able to do.
Oh Jesus Christ!
We're going to have to do another day. It's the Royal Rumble's coming to Indianapolis, and I have to go.
yeah, that
Oh
makes sense.
God!
It's the first time ever. I can't miss it.
Yeah.
Can't miss the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We can do.
And I'll take his place.
He just wants to see man-on-man
We don't
action.
really need Grey Garden
Your,
anyway.
your
It was just
birthday is
kind
like a
of-
week before that anyway. We
Yeah,
can
it's
do
the
it before.
27th. Well, he said the 25th is already booked for something at the place, but the guy said he could move it.
That's why I messaged him early to see if I could get in there, but then now he's like doing. Somebody's gay.
I can smell it.
Yeah, do you hear him driving by? I was like, I'm gonna book a couple things that like help, and then he was like, oh, I'm not even booking yet, and I was like, yes, fuck you are.
Who?
Messy. He was like,
He
I'm
said
not even
that?
book-" When I first messaged him, I was like, I'm not even booking yet, and the next thing I knew, he booked the next like 4 months, and I'm
It
like,
just like happened though, you know. People
Well,
like, oh,
to
we
be
can't-
fair, there was like 4 or 5 shows booked at the Excalibur
yeah.
Motorcycle Club, and they can't do shows anymore. So they all got moved to the shop. So
Yeah,
I mean,
bam.
it's a decent way to just to kickstart it for sure.
yeah, but it also makes it impossible to book now unless you want to book in the middle of the week or something. Which I mean, it's good. I just want him
Saturdays
to
are
get
good
shows
for-
in there. So
Saturdays are good for shows, man.
yeah.
And parties.
Fridays
like
and
that.
Saturdays. I can do Fridays.
I mean, we're not booked every weekend though. I mean, there's some open
The
days in
liquor
there.
license,
Yeah.
and then
Messy may say that, but you hit me up. I have the calendar too. So
Good. Yeah, I probably will.
yeah, but we'll figure out your birthday show. I promise.
yeah, I just
But I
you know
really-
that first one I did, I was like, I just sound selfish
Yeah.
because it really was. That's the only reason I do this shit.
I mean, we did our album release the same
I didn't
day
want to be.
too, though,
I didn't
so
like. Well, I don't want
it's
to be
not
alone on
really
my birthday or have a party. So, and I was like, I don't have anyone special that does it for me or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna have a concert for my party.
Here's
That
the
sounds
thing:
like a
you,
good
you
idea.
can't feel selfish because that's exactly how Harvestfest started too.
Yeah,
not your
I know.
birthday, but
That's
it
how
was
Turns
most
into
your
things
something-
start.
I'm always an idea person, and I always like have something, and it makes other people get inspired to do it, and then
Yeah.
it turns into something big.
Yeah. That's good though.
I've always been the idea guy, and like if I'm not in the thing, it fails, which is weird to say because
Yeah.
I used to do volunteer work with Peru and an organization, and you know when I walked away, it feels like some of the ideas weren't as big and whatever too, and then the funding changed and everything. It's like weird how that works out.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's typical. I mean, like when we've started anything, whether it's been like the right to play music or we've done
yeah.
anything, like they all like set their course and then they run it, and then eventually, like you might try to bring it back. We did try to do that at one point,
I
and
have
then it
big
goes
ideas.
away.
Like
the thing is, you just got to do it. Like you can't feel like it's selfish. Like because there's not somebody spearheading it, then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
that's the same thing. That's what Harvestfest happened. I mean, I know
you
were
guys are
just
all
like
managing it now, basically. You know,
Yeah.
you guys are all like managing your own stuff, and everyone's got their own kind of parts, which is really fucking cool.
I really like how it's become because now it's like like you're the main guy that's doing you got the
I'm Bill
property,
Gates.
you got the property, and you got the basically the where everything is or whatever, and then like Dwarf, we're handling like the music stuff. Jordan's Kokomo Press is handling the comedy stuff, and then we've got Caitlin running the vendor stuff, and it's like
Right.
it's nice to be able to just delegate, and then it's like everybody stay in your lane, and it'll all work instead of
yeah.
having to bounce back and forth and do.
That's
a whole
the
bunch of shit.
conversation we had. I was like, I look at it like a pyramid, and you're at the top of the pyramid. Like
It's a
everything
scheme.
eventually
I love
gets
it.
a pyramid scheme. And then we just have people that do different things on the way, like different bookings. Like Messy's in charge of getting Steven. Like everybody has their own particular role, and I think
Courtney's
that's
doing
what
punch
makes
and
it.
pie.
Courtney's like she's like
Free
she's
punch and
just
pie.
there. It's kind of like the press. She's just around.
She
I'm just
MC'd
kidding.
last time. I liked it. I liked her MCing though. You know, that was fun. But now you guys kicked her out of that spot too. Oh,
Well,
you really
it's
do
because
hate
she
her.
doesn't do
I'm
comedy.
sorry.
It's really weird to have a bunch of comics that are around that don't do anything. That just like it's hard to say comics. Here you go. We're gonna have somebody come up and just announce. And she, not to be fair,
All
she
by
got so
myself.
blitzed that night that like everything. If she would stay sober, I would put her in charge of it. I don't
I
have a
haven't
problem
drank
with
the
it.
past 2 years.
Well, it wasn't just liquor.
Oh,
You were
yeah.
also-
That year you were.
Remember, you don't remember that year? You were like, you were on
I
plants, you were
didn't-
on mushrooms,
so-
you were on all kinds of
That was
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, you were on shrooms.
I think it was on.
No,
She was on
It
crack.
was LSD.
Crack.
But that was after the show. It was already over.
You came up to me and you're like, Joanna, I'm on acid or something like that. And,
No, I didn't.
I'm booked over now.
Hey,
You were
it's
gone.
all right.
Naked
It's in the
Indian.
past. It's fine. But it does make sense to have a comic do it. And Sean D.
Yeah,
I tried to bring you back.
Well,
Steve.
Messi wanted to do it last year. That was
Bunch of
part of it.
pie.
Messi was like, "Can I do it?" And I'm like, "Cool." He's like, "Can I do time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, cool, whatever." But this year, like, we wanted to fit in a bunch of comics. We wanted to have we have a headliner coming, like, and I'm like, we want it to be huge. Like, we're paying a headliner to do this.
And we got like almost an hour and a half, right? Like, an hour and
a minute.
So I mean, it's
yeah.
And Sean is the one hosting it, right?
Sean's gonna host it
Yeah,
this year,
and Sean's pretty good with his timing and stuff. So I think it's a good.
I have no
I think
idea
it's
what's going
a
on,
good
too.
call for him to do it.
You don't know what's going
No, I'm
on?
kidding.
No.
No, I mean it's really cool.
I will bring it back up one more time just because like I didn't get a chance to like say we've got Dwarf Among Midgets, Tight Like a Tiger from Indy, Forgotten Atches, GPD from Lafayette, Resin 8, Resin Infinity. And then for comics we have Sean D, Pierce Clot, Jacob Harder, Zach. Oh, we spelled Clot wrong. How did that happen? Zach, is that the old one?
That's the old one. I
fucked that up.
updated it since then.
You're all right. Zach Hughes, Alexa Eden, Greg Lindbergh, Jordan Grainger, Brian West Jr., and then your headliner is
Because
Dan West.
it's only got 3 sponsors on it.
I know. I don't know why I have this old one. This is how I do things. Look at me.
Punch the mic, sorry.
I thought I had a better one on here. It's so weird that that's the one that I have. I guess I don't.
So like totally moving forward, I mean it gets bigger, and I'm on the verge of starting a nonprofit that promotes the quality of life in the community in different areas, investing in the people mostly.
Yeah.
And this actually coincides with it because we have the arts, we have music, we have visual arts, we have vendors, we have craft stuff. And so as I move forward, the part of the idea of having a board is a nonprofit is I'll have a board. And so I'm like, all of you guys, Matty, Courtney, Jordan, all of you guys, I would want to be like on the board.
Hell yeah.
Something like that when I started. That way you have a say-so and a part of it too. And it invests in the community is my idea. It's a way to get grants and write grants and make this even
I get
bigger,
scared
too.
about that stuff because I've been told to LLC this for a while, and I won't do it because once you LLC it, it becomes like a tax thing, and we don't make enough money.
Not really. I can help you a bunch with that stuff. I'm really good at the business side of the stuff.
It's only taxed if you make a certain amount, though, right?
Well, you make a certain amount, and if you like the liability thing, once you LLC,
Well,
it
an LLC makes you not personally liable. That's the thing. If you go out and do some shit right now, you, Jordan, are liable. If you go out as Kokomo Press, blah, 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 LLC, that company and its assets are liable, not Jordan.
Yeah.
And so there is a benefit.
The lawyer I talked to said the little bit of the opposite. He said like don't. He said like that because we don't have an LLC, we're actually more protected because like there's no. Like, because we're just people that are doing like
versus like officials like the police or something. You don't have to have a permit to do certain filming stuff or whatever.
Yeah. Are you okay? Okay. You look like you're out of it. And he's like staring at you the whole time.
She's not okay.
She's not okay?
She's not okay.
Is it because of a joke that I said earlier?
No, I'm fine.
It feels like
I'm trying to figure it out.
I feel guilty too. If I did something, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know. I don't know.
I'm just a woman. It's fine.
I'm just a woman. I'm just a girl, not yet a woman.
Was it something about?
No, it's fine. I'm fine.
I'm trying to figure it
Well,
out.
at this point, you become the center of attention,
I
so
don't
might
want
as
to be the
well.
center of attention. I'm done. I'm fine.
Well, I mean, at this point, it has to be a conversation at some point, whether I cut it out or whatever. Because like now, I'm trying to figure out if you're taking the joke about me saying that you don't do comedy,
No.
and so
It was before that.
It's because you got too. He said you got too messed up or something. I've been trying to. I'm sorry. I'm a podcast guest, but I'm also her boyfriend. So
Yeah.
what
You're
I
like
mean?
kind of have to deal with the
I'm
emotion part of
concerned
it, but at
because
the
I can
same
see it
time.
in her face that something's wrong, and I'm trying to figure it out. But I don't
totally
know.
stuck up.
Oh, it was obvious the
I didn't
whole
want to ruin
time.
the
I'm just like,
podcast,
are we going to
but-
get, it just
No,
figure
it's
it out.
fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well, I mean, at this point, you just might as well say what bothered you.
It was the drinking and the stuff.
Constant. It's like every time I say something, I'm stupid.
Oh,
Or-
you said you were stupid.
Because I didn't hear you say that it was all nude, and then it was.
Oh,
it's
that was
it's
funny
just-
to me.
I felt it.
I feel like you don't want me here. I don't know. Like I
Jesus
shouldn't.
Christ.
I don't. I'm sorry.
I invited you here.
I know.
That-
but it
that-
feels
that-
like I'm like. I don't know. I don't know.
I like you here.
Yeah, I don't. I invited you here for a reason.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Well, it's not really possible to go on at this point.
No, I'm fine. I can. I'm fine.
You
I'll
don't
be
look
okay.
fine.
You're not fine.
On camera, it's going to look weird as fuck if you're just sitting here like half.
I'm fine. You're fine.
I mean, honestly.
We're fine. How are you?
For the last 5 minutes, you've been sitting here like.
Because every time I say something, somebody says like has a joke about how I'm dumb or something.
I'm going to listen back to this and figure out specifically what you're talking about. There was a joke earlier because I said that they were naked already, and then you're like, well, you should probably say they're naked. And I'm like, I did. So, of course, I'm going to push back because I did.
Yeah.
But I don't understand.
I know. It's not my fault then. It's not your fault.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying I can understand you getting upset if there was something weird there. But, like, it wasn't us, like, picking on you. We're goofing. I did say, like, a bunch of things about women, but it wasn't specifically you. It's like, this is why women shouldn't be on podcasts, like, joking around. But also, isn't that our kind of a thing that we do where I'm
I did notice it was a little harsh on Cortni earlier because I said, is this a Cortni or woman bashing party?
Yeah.
Do you have a Kleenex?
I mean, yeah, for sure.
But if I said anything offensive, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
You didn't. You didn't say anything
I
offensive.
wasn't asking you.
No, you didn't, though. You didn't.
I'm not worried about your
me.
I'm not worried about your fucking feelings.
Well, I wouldn't care if you gave a fuck about my feelings. I don't care. Here's the thing. I'm a
Biscuit
dude. Nobody cares about my feelings.
Biscuits and jelly.
Dude, I get shit on all the time. I'm used to it.
I care about everybody's feelings because I empathize and feel the shit. Like,
get
if
it.
someone's off, I'm like, it fucking affects me. And I'm like,
It was affecting all of us. I'm looking at him, looking at her, I'm looking at you,
Yeah, I know.
trying to continue to do a conversation here, and it's impossible to do because it's like somebody pulled their dick out on the playground. We all have to pay attention to what's going on now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was trying not to, but I'm like, I
You can't
was
help
concerned, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know what, I don't know.
it. Yeah.
are we still recording?
Yeah.
If I just ignore it, then like,
I'm fine, guys.
Then it
I'm
be-
fine.
then
Let's
it
keep
becomes a
going.
problem.
Just
You
talk
know
about
what I mean?
something else. Talk
No,
about
she
something
meant so the other day. Let me go back to something.
Like
So let's
Dr.
talk
Ruth.
about the other day. We were talking about the comedy shows, and one of the things that Cortni said was when people get off stage, they say, "Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Hypocrisy. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Kokomo Press," and they keep her off of it. And one of the reasons why they do that is she doesn't do comedy.
Right.
And they know, like, if you go to the page, it takes anybody 2 fucking seconds to go to the page. You'll see a picture of Cortni on the masthead. She's a part of the group. She's input in everything.
She should be mentioned.
But here's the thing: the majority of what Kokomo Press has been doing lately has been comedy oriented. So it does. I can understand where you would get to the point where it feels like you're being left out because you've got 3 comics. Jordan didn't used to do comedy when we started all this. It was kind of a new thing for him. So now he's a part of that. And then now I guarantee you, within the next month, if he stays on second shift, he's going to feel left out. And that's part of a group is managing people's feelings. And I get that a lot. But the other day at the show, she had said that to me, I think it was sometime this week. I'm listening back to the show. At the end of the show, I'm like trying to figure out if Belle's going to come on stage at the end of, because I headlined at the end. So I go, thank you guys from the Kokomo Press, myself, Jordan, Hypocrisy Jones, Brian. I'll go over to the thing. I'm trying to see if he's going to come. Brian Allen West, we've been the Kokomo Press. I should have said Cortni. So it's a moment where I realized.
I'm doing stuff there. I'm doing all the pictures.
For sure. And you're on every single post I put Cortni Richardson pictures, like every single one. So like you're on every post. And that's one of the things I told you in our conversation, which is like, whether they're acknowledging you or not, they are acknowledging you inadvertently anytime they post a photo up there of you. So I'm gonna put it's in the liner notes of the thing, like acknowledge the photographer. Like I'm gonna put it out for people to let them know, like Courtney's here, blah blah blah. She's taking the pictures, get you a clap every time because it needs to happen.
It is important.
He even credited
Trust
you.
me. I've been in her end my whole
for
life.
a picture that you were in. Like that, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, I gave her credit for a picture that I took just because you take all the pictures, and I was like, I don't want to you're like literally taking pictures of. So I'm like a picture of you taking pictures, and you got credit for taking the picture, but you didn't take the picture. There's no mirror behind the thing. There's no mirror behind the stage, but I can understand. Like I said, I know where she's coming from. If you're somebody who does something and everybody does this one thing,
Punch that again.
and you're all right. Kokomo Press has basically become a comedy thing. Like that's the way we've been doing most of what we do lately. That's what the meetings are for. Now, I can't really talk about it, but there is a specific thing that we've tried to do since before June. Like we've been talking about it since April, about something that you would be the main person of.
Yeah.
But we have not, these meetings have been so irregular and so weird that we have not had a chance to get together and do what we need to do. And Matty knows a little bit about that. I think you might even know a little bit about that. But it's something that we're not willing to put out yet because I'm afraid somebody will steal the idea. That's the only reason why I haven't brought it up.
People in this town don't do that.
Yeah. Well, some people steal our ideas and then do it for a while, and then they fucking burn the people they were working with, and now they no longer do it. So I hope they enjoy their life out there. But it's just one of those things, man. It's hard to manage people's feelings. It's very specific to a guy, and he kind of watches sometimes, so maybe he'll notice. But
and beats off at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he beats something. Women. I'm just kidding. He doesn't beat women. It's a joke. I didn't say a name, so I'm not liable for anything said on this podcast.
And I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm whatever.
I'll tell you after.
I can talk shit about whoever I want. You all suck.
I can tell you don't watch the podcast. I'm just kidding.
Even wife beating, women beating people suck.
Yeah. Can we go back in? Can we start talking?
I told you to.
Well, there's no possible way because of the way your face looked, bro.
Jolene.
You looked like distraught.
Yeah, you look like you were about
your
to
life was
kill
over.
Somebody.
Yeah, that's why
she
I
knows
was like,
she knows it because she's the one that felt it.
I was trying to ask you that without like
new subject
derailing stuff.
Yeah, but she can't see her face, Corey. You know what I mean? We're talking about what her face looked like, not about what she felt.
In that case, I mean, we're all fucked.
He keeps doing this thing where he's like defending her, but also like cutting me, and I'm like, I appreciate you defending her, but what I'm saying is her face, and she cannot see her face. That's what I'm talking about.
I always feel like you don't like me. By the way, I always feel like you don't like me for some reason. I don't know.
I love you.
She hates you.
I don't know why I feel that way. Well, I mean, like, we're not like we're homies when we hang out, but we're always like in the stuff. But
I like you.
There's never been like actual like like half-assed single serving friend dialogue between us.
That's how I talk to everybody.
Hold on, this ties in.
Wait, we're not talking about you, Maddie. You gotta be in the middle of shit. Jesus Christ, man.
No, I'm not in the middle of shit. I'm always in the front of shit.
I'm the front man for a band.
At all.
I'm the front man of a band.
I'm the front of it.
No, I'm just fucking with you guys.
No,
I love you all both, but I mean,
but I think it ties back into what we were. I think we were just talking. It ties into what we were just talking about because. Sorry, I'm going to bring you back up.
Oh, shit. Now we're going to have to go through this again?
Cortni and I had this conversation
recently.
recently.
Y'all made her cry once.
We're all friends, so we should be able to have these conversations.
Exactly. We had this conversation recently because she felt like she was left out of things like with Dwarf, like when we do stuff. And I've been trying my hardest to like make you feel included. But what I'm saying is, maybe because when you're around, you're usually around all of us, and so she feels left out. So maybe that's why she hasn't had a direct conversation with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we always have like when we're together, we're always doing something.
Yeah, we're always.
It's not like we're just hanging or whatever.
And that's, and that was the conversation is because I'm always.
I can bring Shelby
stuff
in here and she can attest to this too because she has that conversation. Like I'm like, can you please come to the mics? And she's like, well, you're busy, and I'm like, it's not about us talking. It's about you being around. And sometimes just being around, and I think that's where, and like we'll bring it back to men and women, just because that's the only way I can really frame this.
Like that's all I am, though, is I'm just around.
Yeah, but that's I think for men, and I'm only speaking for myself, and maybe like Maddie can attest to this. There's an old Patrice O'Neill bit where he's like, I don't want to be alone, but I don't want you around, but I don't want to be alone. Like I want you here, I want you somewhere. I want you in the house. You can be in the vent. If you want to be in the vent, you can be in the vent. I don't care. You can watch me from the vent. He's like, but I don't want you here in my space at all time. And I think that's something that men struggle with. At least I do. I have. And when he said that, it kind of puts a point in the front of my head was, if I'm doing something with my friend, I want you there with me. Because there's going to be moments where I need to go to you, and there's going to be moments I want you around, but it's hard to be like, I can't make you the center of my world when I'm doing these
I don't want to be. Yeah. That's the problem is I don't want to be stuck up his ass.
Yeah.
But I want to be.
Are we talking about you and Maddie now?
Talking about relationships.
But I'm saying what I'm saying is that the reason I said that is because, like you said, like you guys maybe haven't had a lot of conversation. Right, yeah. Usually because we're doing shit, and when we hang out, we do shit. You know what I mean? It's like we don't just sit around. I feel like, except for we're on a podcast. You know what I mean? Usually when we're together, we're doing stuff.
Right. And you guys know me, but you don't know me. You know.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. I'm constantly doing shit, and that's the biggest problem is because we talked about that because we went to the record store and then. We were just going to hang out, and I got up and started doing shit and doing different things. Oh, I got to get this done. I got to get this done.
No, the problem was like people coming in and like you just ignored me.
I wasn't meaning to ignore you.
I know, and we talked about it, and it's fine.
We had a whole thing about it. That's what I'm saying. It's probably tied in.
And see, that's why I feel like she doesn't like me. It's straight to Maddie every time. Straight to relationship stuff.
No, it's true though.
But the thing is, like I said, if she feels that way with me, she probably feels that way with Kokomo Press as well.
Yeah,
She's just feeling like she's left out the whole time, and like. You know what I mean? And that's,
well, let me bring this home.
It's more so I feel like a background character to everything.
You're not though.
Yeah, but your name's on the fucking masthead.
I know. But I'm not used to that because I'm used to being one of the main characters in my life.
You are the main character in my life.
Not to sound insane. Not to sound insane. But whenever I got booked on the Marawambies, I tagged you in a post to be, and now you have a way bigger role in that show than I do.
I'm one of the first people.
Maddie has a bigger role, and I tagged him in the post than I it's funny because like I always push
Brian
my
and I
friends
are
forward,
best friends
and I always
now.
have, and I love that. My thing is like what Maddie did in that. I could not. I probably could have done a version, but Maddie's going to do that better. What you're doing there is obviously you're going to do
He
better.
thinks he's better than you is what he said.
I know.
That's not what I said.
Me and Jordan always have.
So I could have acted. I mean, it's an acting.
I could have.
But like in that, I could have probably done a fucking thing. But he's going to do it better because he has all this material and all this stuff, and he's actually cares about it.
I studied the 7 form.
And that's what I'm saying. Could I have done it? Yeah, with time. But like, why would I do that when this guy can already do it? Has the full robe, has everything.
You also got booked right before it was like he got to the big people that were getting booked. He got you in the beginning.
No, I got, but that doesn't make sense because there were more roles available when I was booked, and I got booked into like an intro scene where I'm just like buying weed like a goofy guy and leaving.
I think he probably because he wanted to do with Jordan or he wanted you guys
it's like
together.
a package deal.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
only got it because I have the gear.
He was looking for my character. Like he had already got somebody, and he needs somebody else to do it. So
yeah. But either way, I see exactly what you're saying because you and I do have probably that same kind of like. We probably come off like we're trying to be whatever, but like we just want everybody around us to succeed. We want to push everybody up.
That's the point.
Yeah, I mean, but we are frontmen, so we're going to come off like assholes. Yes. But that's not what we mean to be. You know,
I'm going to Billboard and I'm taking my homies with me. That's all I know.
We want everybody to be up there, and like when you go with me places, like I want you to be there and doing stuff. Like I've been trying my hardest to keep you involved because I don't want you to feel like a background character, and it's just probably the same thing. Ties into exactly what just happened with Kokomo Press and stuff. It's just a bunch of stuff building up.
Just thank the people that help you along the way, no matter what. Always thank the people that are with you and along the way. You know.
Yeah. I definitely haven't the last 3 weeks messaged in the group, Cortni, these photos have been fantastic. You're doing such a great fucking job at what you're doing. My thing is like people are going
Back to you again.
No, I'm explaining to you that you like here's my thing, Corey. You only know what you know. And what I'm telling you is you're pretending like I don't give her any credit. I give her credit for shit all the time. I gave her credit on stage for a joke. I gave her credit on stage this last week for a joke. About doing podcasts and being like, I'm just another white guy, right, Courtney?
I'm also there to stir shit up for people.
Courtney, did I say how good you did during the roast? Did I not say that you were probably the best writer for the roast and you're not even a comic? Did I say that? I'm pretty sure.
Thank you.
I give her more praise than anybody.
Public praise.
Exactly.
Thank you for inviting me to this podcast.
You're welcome.
You're such a good.
This is
you always sound very professional.
I'm as professional as it gets.
Like your voice is always like crystal clear. Like you
dude.
Like you really like you did speech in school.
Thank you.
And you did the
This is going to be a great episode.
This is going to be the best episode.
I love all
this
of
is
my
a therapeutic
being
like
mansplained.
Yeah, I love it. No, I'm just mansplaining how I do all the things you say you need, and then you still don't acknowledge it, and then you act like I don't do it.
You again, Courtney.
I know you know. I know you know.
We've turned this back into bashing Courtney. This is
I will fucking do it all day.
Circle of life.
The thing is, okay, being in a group, like a comedy group like Kokomo Press, or in a band or whatever else, it's just like a relationship. It's the same way. So
it is. You have to manage personalities.
I do.
So what was the next band on the thing you're talking about?
The next band that's going to be on here is everybody's banned from this podcast. I'm just kidding. No, realistically, this is all good shit because people need to like. There are relationships. People have to.
They're complicated.
Honestly,
it's not easy.
Yeah, people like tension.
Yeah,
so it's fine.
Let them hear the tension. And to me, I'll lean into it all fucking day. This will make the show better. And then at the end of the day, we have food provided by the lunch break. I forgot to say that. Lunch break. Yeah. But anyway, the show starts at 5 p.m. This is the longest commercial ever for the
Harvestfest. This is like a great commercial.
We're gonna work all this stuff out before Harvestfest. If you got Harvestfest, I promise it's not gonna be full of drama.
Harvestfest.
I got to try the Outhouse burger, by the way.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Is that good?
It's delicious.
Yes. Where's this place at, and how do I get?
So she's testing it. She doesn't have the actual restaurant yet.
It's Jeremy's wife.
Jeremy's wife. She's taking
Jeremy.
I know, the guy from my band. That's what I said earlier.
I never figured that out.
We never finished the
Anyways, it's a new restaurant going to be opening. She's taking over another
Googling it. I'm like, where is this place?
It doesn't exist yet. We get exclusive to it. But she's making an Outhouse burger and a Kokomo Press burger, and they're both really freaking good. Yeah. Both completely different.
One is better than the other, probably. Not to stir anything up between you guys' burgers.
Yeah.
The press burger was really fucking good.
Nice.
I never even had it.
Yes, you did. We brought it to you.
He didn't eat it.
Holy crap. Did you hear that?
I already made dinner.
Yeah.
I'm not eating an old burger.
That's okay.
It was so good, though. You should have.
Which one did you like more, Courtney?
I like the press burger better, but
there you go. She chose a side.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, like the reason why I did get to try it is because Courtney had to try it. Remember? Because we were supposed to do it, and then I ended up not going because Courtney changed the time, and I couldn't make it because I had my kids.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
It's my fault.
Back
Go
to
back
this.
to it. That was your fault, and you see, there's no accountability
didn't
there.
I have no idea.
I did say
No idea.
Yeah, we were supposed to meet there. I think at like 6, and then she was like,
I didn't get no fucking memo. Just for the record.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't your fault.
But
I
anyways,
was probably dying at the
Courtney,
time.
they're
Anyway.
she tells them.
they're both very good
I
burgers.
quit the Kokomo Press today.
It's funny. We'll call this the errand of grievances. Anything else you want to bring up? What else did I
Who's
do?
gonna run all of the booths now?
Oh, dude, you think there's not like 50 random?
Not goddamn it! I was trying to get fucking punch and
give her
pie.
shit.
I'm not saying shit.
Oh, shit. No, the
I have
funny
to
thing is
tell-
she'll say all kinds of shit in the chats, and then when we get here, it's like, you guys were so mean. She talks so much shit to me all day. She's so mean to me all the
I
time.
know.
It's the same
But then
way.
look at this. She's such a gaslighter, dude.
Who are all the
Look at her.
sponsors? So Harvestfest has sponsors this year, right?
Yeah, we do. We have Fenty Fades, Creative Curiosities, Outhouse Records, The Doom Room, AA Cards and Collectibles, Kokomo Press, Kim the Chemist, Ace of Fades, and OTC Services. Check us out. We're going to have so much going on. It's free admissions, free camping, free insults, Miami Open Air Auditorium. Google for directions. That's what you guys say.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
and
the
you.
commercial guy. Everybody knows that. I get shit about that all
You
the
want to
time.
put the flyer up when you're
Yeah, one more time. Here's the flyer. Outhouse and Kokomo Press and Corey D present Harvest X featuring the bands Dwarf Among Midgets, Tights Like a Tiger, Forgotten Ashes, GPD, Resonate, Patron. Oh, I forgot. I need to say Patron. Check out Patron, guys. Patron is awesome. They're there every year. They have a great vibe. They
gonna
always
make 'em
make the
hang.
show start well. We have comedians featuring Sean D, your host, Pierce Clott, Michael Howard, Greg Lindbergh, Alexa Eden, Davey Moomal, Jacob Harder, Jordan Grainger, Brian West Jr., and your headliner from Louisville, Kentucky, Dan Alton. The gates open at 4 p.m. The show's at 5 p.m. Camping all night. Free admission, free camping, free insults. Miami Open Air Auditorium. September 14th,
just read the entire
2024. I'm
So I hear like this Dan Alton guy is like really famous.
Yeah, he's
right?
like
He's
super
hilarious.
famous.
And
He's
you're paying
hilarious.
him some bucks to come in here
Oh yeah, dude. We had to.
and like
It's worth it.
make funny stuff in the field behind my house
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's great, right?
where I like shoot guns and just do
I'm trying to get him to eat a paw on stage.
There you go.
They might be right by then.
Yeah.
We'll
If
see.
you
What do
pick
they
up
taste like?
paw.
What were the
They-
things that lady was?
Those are pawpaws, yeah.
Is that what she was giving us to eat?
Yeah, she's coming back. I don't know if she's got that. She's like a forager, man.
Yeah.
She's like she's pretty badass. I'm supposed to go on like canoe and like kayak trips with her because she floats all
I
these
just got a
different stuff.
kayak, Corey. We can
I'm
hang out
down
now.
to see, yeah. I
you
got to
go.
make some adjustments
doesn't
to mine.
like
I don't
boats.
kayak.
Oh, dude,
I'll call it that.
it's so wonderful to do.
It's not my thing.
That's what you do.
Eel River's my favorite to flow down.
What did you say, Eel River?
Eel River.
Yeah.
Just north of. It's still in Miami.
Is there any animals in there? Just good.
There are. Like I went there once and like I'm like floating on the river and I saw like all the turtles together. And I'm like, oh, the turtles. And then here's like whoosh behind me and there's like this big old buck that jumped in the water. And like
Damn.
here come the babies. They jumped in the water and crossed. And then
Yeah.
the mom come across. And then it like after everybody cleared, it like followed them up. And I was like, nature is fucking amazing.
Wait, that wasn't
you know?
Eel River. That was Deer Creek.
Yeah, I was upset to find
little
out that there
different.
are no eels in Eel River.
There could be. They used to fish for them. I mean,
Oh.
they used to be.
I Googled it and it says there was no eels there.
Google for directions.
There's probably eels there. Google for directions. So like, yeah.
I love you, Jordan.
Pawpaws are like a fruit that grow like in Indiana, in the Midwest, in the woods, underneath of other trees. And it, like they're hard to find.
I remember we had this conversation because when I hear paw, obviously I think of the Jungle Book.
And they're not even talking about
That's not the same
pawpaws.
thing. Yeah, that's what you told me.
Because they call them whatever the other fruit is. It's like
Papaya,
that.
right?
Papaya. It's just a confusing word for people. And pawpaws were so big in the U.S. then, like George Washington and all those famous people had pawpaw trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they taste like a mango, a banana,
It was
somewhere in there.
weird,
They're
yeah.
really yummy. But sometimes when they start to go bad, they'll like probably like raw meat and grows really fast.
It's like a banana mixed with
Like a mango.
mango. Yeah.
You know
in the
what's funny?
custody.
What?
When I was doing those pictures in the water,
Yeah.
there were people doing kayaking by.
Nice. Pictures on the water.
She was doing lingerie pictures in the swamp.
It's the first song I ever went on guitar,
It
I
was a
think.
creek.
First song I ever went on guitar. Pictures on the water.
Yeah.
And fire.
Like that fish on the wall.
Fuck, dude.
And then I found out that one of the kayakers is the lady that sold me my house. It was her husband.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
dude.
nice. Way to go.
She saw me
peep
post
show.
the picture. She said, "My husband told me about that. Seeing somebody in the water."
Saw you in the water with your titties hanging out. It was cool.
My husband came back and his balls were drained. We don't understand why. Getting a lot of fun. You and Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
Your good friend Stephanie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how'd that go?
It It was fun.
Yeah. Who's the? Let's give a shout out
AJ
to
Roach did it.
Yeah. What's
He
the name
does
of his?
Accent-
What's the name of his?
Axonot.
Axonot.
Axonot photography. Yep.
Okay.
He takes really good pictures.
He's really
yeah.
freaking good.
Huh, nice.
Well, I'm happy. It's good news. Speaking of really good pictures, let me go ahead and go to this. I saw this on social media the other day. Oh, bulldog! I don't think
Such
they
a good
realized.
boy.
They didn't realize the Georgia team didn't realize what they were doing when they posted this. They're like, oh, look at this! There's 2 puppy dogs. And I'm like, no, that's fucking. He's mounting.
Fuck that
motherfucker.
dog.
Is that the dog from Tom and Jerry?
Which way we going, Butch? Which way? Shut up.
That's what he looked. Yeah, that guy.
That's fun.
I didn't know if he had a name. I can't remember.
I don't know. It's the dog.
Yeah, the big
Yeah.
guy.
Butch.
Kind of little
Is it
guy.
Butch?
This is a heavy
I think
session.
it is
Trying to figure out how we can make this podcast funny today. Let's see if we can do that.
But
I saw the.
So I says to him, I says, "That's not my wife. That's a dog."
I said to him, this was that guy's car afterwards when he left.
Oh, jeez.
what guy's car?
He said
The one that was kayaking.
the kayaking guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know those posts on Facebook where it's like, check the comments and then it takes you to like some stupid video
Yeah.
on Instagram, on like,
I never checked comments, but yeah. Did you check the comments?
Oh, you never check the comments.
She can't help it.
I think we talked about this the other day.
Tell me about it.
It was one of the meetings.
Wasn't on a podcast. Talk about it.
Okay. I clicked one of the links and it goes to these like dirty ass videos. And the first one I saw was this girl doing stuff in her car. And then she squirts all over her car. I'm like,
That's the girl that was like
gross.
fucking herself with her like
Yeah.
with what's it called, the fucking stick shift?
Shifter?
Yeah, the
Oh,
shifter.
But,
That
like,
wasn't a link. That was like
I saw a
that
girl.
was like
Is that the
your,
one?
can
folder.
mess your clutch
Yeah,
up.
is that the one where the girl puts like a condom on it first too? Like she's like
I didn't see that.
it was so
I
weird.
know.
I've
was
seen
it-
that.
I-
It's Twitter.
yeah,
Was
we've
it
all seen
automatic?
I thought
or
you
manual?
didn't. I thought you didn't click the links.
No, that's Twitter.
It
Twitter.
was
Just don't look up
Yeah.
cake farts.
Yeah.
The link is to Twitter. Yeah.
That's why I don't click on the links, because it's literally just like, hey, I already saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because Facebook, you can't show that cool stuff, so they're like, click the links. And
You said something at the open mic about those guys that are doing the catch a predator stuff.
Yeah.
And that's all my Twitter's been.
Yeah,
Every
it's bad.
time I open it up, I see
work
those
with
videos.
all those
and I'm
guys.
like, yeah, it's
That's a great segue. You do work with all of them, but I do have a great segue here. Did you guys hear?
Predators or like the
the Predators.
Oh.
This happened in
I
Kokomo.
work with the
on the Kokomo Skinner.
That's
Officers
freaky.
dispatched to meet with a group called Predator Catchers that have confronted a 41-year-old on longbow.
So they're doing it in Kokomo now.
This was the video of the guy.
that Kimball's?
PCI Predator Catchers in Indianapolis was live. Jacob, 41 years old, caught talking to a 14-year-old girl. This is hilarious.
Oh.
Fucking adults and you want to mess with a kid. That's how you know you're fucking sick in the head.
That was my favorite thing about it. He was like, "Can I have a full cigarette?" He's like, "Can I have a whole cigarette, bro?" I was like, I was like, that's the most Kokomo like thing. You got caught like trying to talk to a 14-year-old, and you're like, "Hey, I know you're saying I'm a creep and stuff, but can I get a cigarette? Can I buy a cigarette?"
That's so
off me?"
fucking weird.
I didn't know they were doing it in Kokomo now.
I
I
don't
see it
work
all
with
over
that
Twitter
guy.
though, but for sure.
They're from Indianapolis.
There's
but
a guy that I work like directly with that was on there. 2 of them. One of them was like a boss.
Here's my thing on the whole thing is
Like a
that's
boss.
kind of weird.
Is that what you said? He's like
The
a
Predator?
boss.
like
No,
a
he-
boss, like a
He
boss.
is a boss.
I know. It's was
Supervisor is the.
he's a
I was
predator
going
like
to
a
say
boss.
supervisor, but I didn't want to like.
Yeah. Supervisor is a synonym of boss.
Yeah.
Just sounds better than
At a
when you
very
say,
specific
"He's a boss."
location is what they call
He was
a
a boss ass
supervisor.
bitch.
He's a boss.
Very specific location.
He's a
Well, there was
boss.
that guy in what was Logansport, the teacher that got caught, and there's been a couple of these.
But it's like I'm so torn on the matter because it's like I've watched a bunch of the videos. Every time
I don't want to know.
every time I go on Twitter, I see these videos, and I've watched them, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like I pedophiles need to be probably beaten up.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like some of them you don't even know. They just run up and hit them, and I'm just like, this vigilante justice, like it's not. I don't know.
It's also,
like I said,
a lot
just
of some of them are like.
That's what we should do. We should do the videos like Catch a Predator, but then have someone like run up and punch them in the middle of the fucking interview.
Yeah,
and
that's
just
what's
keep
been going on.
That's what's going on.
Oh my
yeah.
god, that's
That's
amazing.
the new. See, I wrote that whole bit.
butt
That's how
fight.
that whole bit started. Was like, yeah, I'm just another white guy with a podcast, but it could be worse. I could be another white guy doing a predator catcher thing. Because it's like, have you seen these guys? They're like insane. And I'm like, it's just literally turned into like a video of like, hey man, are you John? And they're like in Walmart, and then they just start beating them up in
beat 'em
Walmart.
up.
But
and I'm
like,
like, what the fuck
imagine-
is
What
going
makes
on?
you judge, jury, and executioner for
Yeah,
that? Like
real quick.
I don't know.
Being a human.
I know.
We've not seen our
That's what I
history.
mean. That's why I said I'm torn on it.
Yeah.
Because yes, if they're fucking pedophiles, they deserve it.
Yeah.
But it's like at the same time, just don't run up on somebody at Walmart and punch them. It's like I don't
It's
know.
weird.
It's weird, right?
Wait, isn't that one of the rules of shopping at Walmart now? You gotta run up and punch somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I want to
why
get a
I
group of
shop at
people in
Walmart.
our pajamas and like wife beater shirts and just look gross, and all go to Walmart together.
Yeah, just
Be looking
barbecue on our
See,
And I
shirts.
want people to do that. And like
The
now
only
that I'm
reason
on a
I
scooter,
shop at Walmart is because because I feel like I look a lot better at Walmart.
I was gonna say,
And I can yell at
Walmart.
I was
I'm
gonna
a
say
Walmart 9.
one
Yeah,
insult.
but then I can also yell
But
at
feel
my
at
kids
home.
and not have to
Yeah.
worry about people
So
looking
you
at
feel
me.
at home,
Yeah, I live on the north
like
side.
watching Roseanne or something, you know.
Well, that's like one of the original like meme pages. Remember, guys, people of Walmart. Was
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
that's
meme
the
page.
best.
Everybody used to
Yeah.
go there and hang out and watch those. And every day they'd have like 6, 8 more. Now they've all been replaced by like Facebooks that are called People of Walmart, and then you just go on there
Yeah.
and people submit
There's
shit.
still molletsgalore.com to make us.
Mole school or just
Oh,
people
yeah.
with moles everywhere.
That's how you learn about the mullets, you know,
Yeah.
the different
Mole.
mustaches, like the molestache, you know.
Just
and
50 photos of Morgan Freeman because his face is
Oh,
like
Andy.
moles, dude.
That was the longest
Just
day of
moles,
his
dude.
life.
Mole.
Some days he won, some days he lost.
Well, I mean,
Andy.
this has been the new thing that's been coming up about those pages. If you're white and you posted a GIF or meme of a black person to express a strong emotion, you may be guilty of wearing digital blackface.
That's
writes
been a
John
thing.
Blake.
Digital black.
It came back up on
Holy
CNN.
snikes.
Digital blackface.
I can't believe it's on the news. Like that's
Yeah.
news.
Well, it's CNN, so
This sounds
Yeah.
like something that Kokomo Press podcast people should be looking
Digital,
into a little bit more.
Apparently,
I know.
I've been guilty of digital blackface a lot because those are the funniest memes.
They are.
Like, come on now.
like that. I have a bit that I've been writing now that's basically like I got to stay away from Black Twitter. Because
Yeah.
like I spend way too much time on Black Twitter, and then
What's
I
Black
say
Twitter?
things to people. It's like a subsection of Twitter that makes everything funny. It's like the videos. It's like
I thought maybe it was like one of those racist groups you were in.
yeah, it is. People of Black Twitter. That's what I meant. People of Walmart and Black Twitter. But no, Black
trying.
Twitter is like it's like a subset of Twitter that is very like sports, hip hop, and then like meme, SpongeBob. It's like every good
Like
thing
gay-
comes out
gay
of it.
Twitter then.
But I'm on like fucking Twitter, Black Twitter so much that I feel like a lot of my references are not like most people don't get them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh shit.
I find myself falling into it a lot. So there's this one girl that I was friends with that I worked with, and I followed her on Twitter a long time ago, and she tweets constantly.
Oh, dude.
So like I'll go, oh, this is a funny post. I'll click there, and then like all of a sudden my entire algorithm is that because I mean she's black and she's all about the black humor. You know what I mean? But it's
yeah.
funny. It's hilarious. Like it's not
Matt
because
is about to get in trouble here.
not just no. It's not racist. It's not
feel it.
racist to say that.
It's not
get-
racist to be black.
You know who would be
It's
mad
not
at
racist
Maddie?
to say
You know
that.
who would be mad at Maddie to say that? People who don't know anything about Black Twitter because they don't understand what
Right.
it is. If you know what it is, if you're a black person and you spend any time on Black Twitter, you're like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's a thing.
They just call
really
it
is a
Twitter.
thing.
Yeah, they just call it Twitter. No, they still call it Black Twitter. That's why
I
it's
know,
called Black
like
Twitter.
Brazil nuts, you know.
Yeah.
We just call them nuts.
It's like, you know.
They're I don't
Brazil
know. It's not
nuts.
racist to say that there's a cultural difference. Like it's that's ridiculous. Like it's
Yeah.
one thing to say, oh, I don't see color, but like color exists. Like come on
Yeah.
now. It's
I questioned
It almost
whether
sounds
I
more
don't
racist.
see
color.
It almost sounds more racist to say that you don't see color. To
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
It does, and that's what most black people will tell
Right.
you.
That means that you're just not acknowledging that there's a difference.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
it's
Well,
there is a
I moved to
difference.
Michigan, and I have a group of black friends that befriended me because I don't know, it was just awesome they did. It's probably because I was buying weed off of one and I introduced the other, and then it kind of worked out. But they were fucking awesome, dude. Like, invite over to their house. Like, I was the token adopted white kid.
Yeah.
And they'd have like extra dinner made for me and shit. And they're awesome. My buddy G and his wife Robin, they're the nicest fucking people in the world. And I thought I was racist because I didn't realize that he could love the original fucking Star Trek TV series. Like, that was fucking like he loved
might be a little.
fucking
That
Kirk.
might be a little.
And I was like, man, because he was like he went to prison for 10 years for like drive-by shootings and shit.
Yeah.
Like way before I met him. And so I'm just like, it just didn't cross my mind that he'd be this like geeky dork that fucking went nuts over the original Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Well, they have guns
I
in
got him
Star
to sign autograph, you know, and he was like over the fucking moon, you know. 'Cause I'm like, I know
They're space
somebody.
gangsters.
Yeah, no shit.
They got
Well,
guns.
yeah, they are, dude. Holy shit, they
Just
been
rolling up in your
roll
fucking what is it? What's the name of the ship?
beam down.
The
Enterprise?
just
What the
rolling up in the
hell's wrong
Enterprise.
with
Like, pop, 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 pop. Dude, I don't
I don't do Star Trek.
I don't do Star Trek.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm a Star Wars.
I'm middle of the
geek,
road,
not Star
man. They're
Trek.
both
Come on
awesome.
now.
Yeah, I'm more of like
Can't have one without the other.
I'm a Harry Potter geek.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm just kidding. Just
It's usually the women. Usually the women.
Yeah, women. No, there's a guy I work with that's obsessed with Harry Potter. He always has different Harry Potter shirts on.
And what does he date?
And he dates specifically black women only. It's kind of weird.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I don't know. He's got a white wife. I'm just kidding. No, but like there's a guy that we have. He's going to be doing. Actually, let me go ahead and bring that up a little bit. We have a.
She likes Harry Potter. That's why he does.
We have a show coming up in Gas City, and one of the we have a nice little lineup going on there. It's at Gas City Brewing Company. We're going to have 7 comics on there, including your host Hypocrisy Jones, Sean D, Jeffrey McKinley, Devon Shoemaker, Brian Allen West, Jordan Grainger, and Dan Alton. Tickets are actually, this is an older fucking flyer again, but tickets are $15 online. So there's a QR code. It's actually on here, so I'll pull it up on this because it makes more sense. Let me go back a little.
That's the two towers, just for the
I know, right? Just twin towers, twin towers.
Board of the Rings, the two towers.
There you go.
You should have put a plane running into one of them.
I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about doing some weird shit. But anyway, check that out. One of the comedians on there, Devon Shoemaker, he's a self-described black nerd, and he has a whole part of his bit about Harry Potter and stuff, and it's really funny.
That's awesome.
He's got a lot of nerd stuff. He mentioned Star Wars, Harry Potter.
Yeah, Star Wars.
He went through a whole bunch of different nerd stuff, and I'm like, I'm fucking in. This guy's hilarious.
And I wanted to book him so bad for this show because I'm like, he's just so funny. He was very, very hilarious, very natural. And the great thing is we've had so many new people coming out to the shows that have been like regulars or people that are new, and we've had some great people come from like indie, like Max Haddad came out. The last week was very, very funny. Cole Peterson, James Johnson, and then Jeremy Johnston. Very, very weird.
Sounds like you're making these names.
I know it does. It's like Johnson and Johnston.
Max's set was my favorite.
Max was really funny, dude.
For most other reasons.
For the black Twitter reasons.
There was a heckler, and Max was on stage with it, and like I thought they were gonna fight. I was like, damn, like what's happening here? I thought they were like, because it was like he wasn't just dealing with a heckler as in like making jokes. Like he was just like, I'm not going to fight you right now. I'm on fucking stage. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
To be fair, he started, like, first off, he was like the 5th or 6th comedian in, and everybody had kind of asked this guy to be quiet multiple times. And I was even trying to get him to be quiet, and he's just heckling.
Before the show.
Yeah, before the show. Courtney was like, I told you guys he was going to be a problem. And I'm like, yeah, Courtney, you just said that because he's black. I'm just kidding.
No, it's because they had an entire bottle of liquor underneath the table.
They were wasted.
Don't bring that up. That's illegal. We had to ask them to take it to their car because you can lose your liquor license, and we didn't know they had it, and then you saw it and told us, and then we told them to get the fuck out of there. But it's just
get real close to see that.
It just got really bad, and then Max went up there and he asked him to shut the fuck up multiple times, like before he finally did a joke that hurt his feelings. And I was like, he's just looking for a reason to like storm out rather than get kicked out, because we were kicking him out, and then he was like, but he just said this, and I'm like, no, you were getting kicked out before he said it. You knew we were getting ready to kick your ass.
Open comedy, so stuff's gonna be said no matter.
Yeah, but last week we did have a fantastic fucking crowd. Look at this crowd, like. It's actually insane. It wasn't Brian, I don't think.
Look at Courtney just sitting there all legs spread. Why are you sitting like that?
You look so weird. And
I know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Because I had the bag in front of in my lap.
Oh, okay. It just looks like you're just like.
Because it looks like it's part of your outfit.
I know. It looks like it's your shorts.
It's the camera bag.
It looks like it's your shorts, and there's
she has a British fanny pack
in the middle
That's
of it.
The outside bathroom.
That's my fupa.
It's a British fanny pack because they call vaginas fannies there.
Yeah.
That's where you keep your parachute at.
Yeah.
She's like, this is where.
Look at that. There's only one seat open, and I think actually no, that guy was going to get a drink. That seat was filled.
Yeah. To me, it's like, and this was even, we had a bigger crowd the week before. Like, it was huge. Like, we've been.
So the last few weeks have been awesome. Yeah.
That was before I took my shirt off.
Yeah, you did end up taking she tried to take your shirt off early, too. And we're like, no, please don't do that.
It was really hot. It was hot out there.
It's like, you'll scare the kids.
I went through like 4 glasses of ice water.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, explain to me why your daughter's been there then. And my son, 2 weeks in a row, her daughter showed up one day, and my son showed up the next day. I'm like, or next week. I'm
Where?
Like, what the hell? At the mic.
Oh.
I thought about.
He's just practicing with Matt.
I thought about seeing if we could do like that section that's that side, and then have let younger people on this side, and not let them intermingle, because there's a stanchion there, like a little thing there, like a divider.
Where at?
Behind the stage. Like behind the stage over here at the very end.
That's an alley though, right?
Huh?
That's an alley still though, right?
Yeah, like, but because there's liquor and it's attached to the it's like.
She said as long as they're not like in the area.
Yeah, they can't go in the bar. It's just hard because if somebody leaves a drink and a kid was to grab it, that's why I'm saying if we had that separate section, we had a smoking and non-smoking.
That'd be
liquor
cool.
and non-liquor.
Yeah, Alexis has been coming with me because Dwarf practices Thursdays.
Yeah.
So before the show, she's been coming down there, and Jesse's been giving her drum lessons. So she's learning how to play. So that's why she's been there the last couple of weeks.
I like that. That's good. I mean, it's good. I mean, these kids need to learn to do something other than play video games.
She's obsessed with it.
You guys.
It's like all she talks about is drums now, and it's awesome. Like I wish you had like a electronic drum set or something. I have one. It's at Jesse's, but she had one to play. You know what I mean?
Well, last week Lane was in there, and I know Lane's been playing drums and shit too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, we jammed for a little bit.
Hanging out. They're cousins, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, dude. Don't look at me crazy.
No, he was like, What was it? Kibbles said that Lane was trying to hit on my daughter. I'm like, Kibbles, they're cousins.
They're cousins.
Yeah, Kibbles didn't know that.
It's just cousin stuff. If you watch Fallout, you know what I'm talking about.
I mean,
Okay.
Did you watch Fallout?
Nope.
No, you
That's
need to
great.
check that out.
It's fantastic.
It's good.
I started
cousin
to, but I
stuff is
didn't.
okay.
It's a good show.
You started it and just
Yeah, I just kind of.
Yeah.
I have a hard time watching shows.
yeah.
Yeah. I do the same thing, but with Fallout, it was easy for me.
Fallout.
Yeah. I couldn't get away from it because it's Fallout. I love Fallout. So
I do have one baseball topic for you, Matty, if you want to talk about it.
let's talk baseball.
I want to get your opinion
here
on
we
it.
go.
It's a controversial
Go
one, of
later.
course.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Laces out.
did you hear about this? Red Sox Jarren Duran has top-rated jersey on MLB Shop after anti-gay slur.
Oh, I didn't know he had the top-rated jersey. I did hear about the slur.
I saw the video. Did you see the
Yeah.
video? He used a shirt that rhymes with maggot.
Yeah.
Not the shirt. He used the
shirt there.
Wasn't there a baseball
Yeah.
player that was playing for one team and then they had to stop the game?
Yeah.
And
That
then,
was crazy.
And then
That
he got traded to the other team that they're playing. So
Before they
he's up
finished
to
it?
fucking bat for himself or something.
First time he ever, or a player's ever played on two different teams in one game.
Yeah. I think I was telling you about that.
Dude, that's a
You weren't
cool fucking
listening, though.
story.
Do you know his name? Do you know who it was?
It was
Or what team? I can't remember what he got.
he was on the Blue Jays and he got traded to the Red Sox, pretty
yeah.
sure. But yeah, it was he's the catcher. And so what it was is he was at bat. The game got called, and then they scheduled the delay or whatever a month later, and he got traded in that time. So when they
Now he's
picked
the catcher for himself.
when they picked back up, it was his at bat in the middle of his at bat, but he was on the other team and he was the catcher. So he caught the last of his at bat, basically.
hilarious.
First time in history it's ever happened where he's not only played for two different teams in one game, but also the same exact at bat. It was wild.
Well, I wonder if he and Red Sox Jarren Duran got into it because apparently he doesn't like catchers either.
Receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know he had the highest rated freaking jersey, though. Fucking
Yeah.
Bostonians.
That's what people, man. You know they can't
Fucking
help
Boston.
it, dude. They can't help it.
They
dude.
just
They
think
have to
it's
buy the
Furbies.
jersey before he gets canceled.
Oh, well.
Well,
They
they
bought
do.
it.
They're going to be thinking it's worth
kinda,
something.
Isn't Boston kind of known for that, though, for homophobia and stuff? I mean, I just imagine The Departed, everybody just calling each other the F word constantly, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you a fucking cop?
I have a bit that I'm working on. I've been working on that's I think it's weird that I can't say the F word, the other F word, the longer F word, because honestly, if you look at most gay kids nowadays, they've probably been called it less than I have growing up. I've been called that
Because
more
it's
than
true.
you have.
That is
I've
true.
been
Oh,
hate
yeah.
crimed with it more than you ever have, but I can't say it now because it will offend you.
Can't say
and it's
that
a
word
fun-
now?
That was practically my nickname
yeah,
in school.
You're afraid to.
I can say faggot. I don't give a fuck. They can suck my dick. Literally, if you want to.
Yeah.
I like you.
It's all about intent,
You can
though.
say it. You're allowed.
It's all about intent. I feel
Right.
like it's if you're not, I don't know, if you're talking about the word and you're talking in,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're
Right.
explaining it.
retard, you can't say that because it's gay.
Speaking of that, my cousin and her fiance both used to work at Bonavista.
Both
Yeah.
gay.
They
Faggots.
are
They
both
are?
gay. They're both
Gay retard,
faggots.
gay faggots.
They're lesbians.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Courtney. and your relatives.
My cousin
They'll be at
and
Harvestfest.
They're
her
my best.
fiance are
I love them.
faggots.
They're great.
But they're also retarded.
That's you.
Anyway,
That's not the story.
that's not the story.
That's not what you meant to say.
I love it already. I'm
they
in.
both work at They both have worked at Bonavista
Oh,
at some
shit.
point,
We gotta
and they
bring
were
that up.
talking about how people there try not to say the word.
Yeah.
But sometimes it slips. And she said the only time I ever hear anybody say it is when the people that are being taken care of by Bonavista they're always calling it to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
It's like
using
a term
it
of
like
endearment. It's like the N-word.
Yeah, I'm a
you know?
homie.
No,
They
it's,
can say it.
they know they can say it,
No, I'm a
and they know it
retard.
hurts their feelings, so they say it when
Yeah.
they're mad. It's hilarious.
That's funny to me.
Yeah, well, it takes the
Could you
power away from the
imagine?
hate.
Yeah.
You know, honestly.
Yeah.
They took the word back. Well, I'm taking it back from them.
That's the thing, though. I've
Like
never
porch monkey?
called a handicapped person. I've never called a person with
Grandma
a mental
called us that all the
disability
time.
a
No,
retard in my
never.
whole life. Just like I've
Yeah.
never called a gay person a faggot. I never would.
No.
That's
You're
not even
like,
what
yeah,
they're for.
bitch. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm just like,
I have.
I may have said retarded when we were younger. That was the vernacular. That was the word.
Yeah.
It wasn't offensive then.
Yeah.
That was what they called it. I mean,
It's intent, though.
yeah, it's all about the intent.
Yeah.
it is.
Except for the N word.
My-
We can't say that at all.
Well, that's the old.
No,
We
there's
would
that-
never say that anyway.
There's a difference.
But there's a different, and that's really the point.
The younger
Is the
generation
N word
does.
was only created specifically to target things. Like the word faggot actually didn't start as a gay slur. Actually, it was a slur against women in like the 1940s.
Aren't
Like they called women
cigarettes
that.
are fag?
And then there were sticks and cigarettes and a bunch of other things. And then finally, that somebody created a fake story about they called they called gay people faggots because they wanted to burn them. And I'm like, that's not even true. That's a lie. Somebody created that on the internet and people believe it. But it's like black people. That word from the get-go in America has been horrible.
It's always been that.
yeah.
Faggot,
The R is
retard. They
definitely
actually
about it.
meant different things at different points.
There's
you
so
know?
much
Yeah,
hate involved.
the difference is the N-word. Literally, it doesn't matter the intent because the intent was always hate.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's the
And
difference.
you know, it's just that history. Like
Even
it's
the
just horrible.
version of it still really bothers me when I'm
And,
around,
like,
when I'm around a group of
yeah.
friends and I'm the only white guy and they start doing the over and
Yeah.
over. It really bothers me.
Yeah.
Like I don't like how it makes me feel to hear it
No, I don't want.
on
I don't.
the inside. I'm
It
just
freaks
like,
me out when white people say it.
well, I mean, like just
Yeah.
my black friends doing it with each other
Yeah.
when they get to the point of this, and I'm like, because they don't do it with me, obviously.
It's always it's
But
one
it
of
just-
those
it just
it's one of
makes you
those
feel
words
bad.
when you hear it, it kind of like you just get nervous.
I feel all the pain and stuff that's. I mean, it's not my right as a person, I guess, or maybe it is my right as a person.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't
when I start
matter.
to hear it, it bothers
It's called
me.
compassion. It's
If a
okay.
handicapped person called me a retard or a gay person
They're
called me a
accurate.
faggot, I mean, I wouldn't care.
say it now.
But if a black person calls me the N-word enough
Right.
times, I start to feel cool.
I was
And
getting
that's
ready
the
to say
thing.
that.
Like,
I was going to say
you're
that.
like, wow, I'm really part. Like if like they call it, if they were able to use the word towards you, you'd be like, oh yeah, dude, I'm
had
part of
some-
the group.
I had some
Yeah,
friends
I've
I
been
used to
called
work
it,
with
okay,
that
but-
used to call me that. Like it felt like I was accepted. They used
Yeah.
to tell me that I was invited to the barbecue. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
hell yeah, that's what I want.
Invited to the barbecue. Do you hear this guy?
He got invited to the barbecue.
That's literally what they. That's what they.
That's
the
what they
term.
say.
say.
He's
That's the
trying to
term.
slip it out.
He has not been.
I'm
He's not been on Black
trying
Twitter
to get
enough.
in trouble for racism now. I can't help it.
Hold on.
He gets in trouble.
We're gonna go back to this. There's a difference. Okay.
To the barbecue.
That's it's a phrase, a common phrase.
It is a very
I didn't
common
know
phrase.
that,
A very
Yeah,
common phrase.
if you were at the mic this last week, you get to hear Jordan say that I was I added him to the group to try to sneak into the barbecue. That's
Yeah, it was the coolest thing. I felt the coolest I'd ever felt when they told me I was invited to the
Yeah.
barbecue. I'm like,
it's literally
I
like
bet,
a Black
yeah.
Twitter thing because
It's
they're
an
like
endearment.
They would do like a thread and be like people who invited to the barbecue, and then they
Right.
put white people on there like Robert Downey Jr. I don't care what he did, he still
Oh,
gets to
yeah,
come to
he
the
can,
barbecue.
yeah, he can do black. He
Yeah.
can do the blackface.
And it would
the
be
whole
like
thing. It's okay,
different
he has an
people,
out.
and then it'd be like, no, not you, Donald Trump, never to the barbecue.
Well, it's just like what I was saying earlier. There is a difference in culture. It's the only thing. If it's racist, if you're saying there's a seniority in the culture.
Yeah,
You know what
oh,
I mean?
yeah, for
There's
sure.
obviously a difference. And if you don't, and
Yeah.
if you feel like it's just like I don't know, it's just like all lives matter kind of bullshit. It's just like
Yeah, that's the worst.
all you're doing is you're just.
We already know.
It's like I don't see
all
color.
lives
All
matter.
lives. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're just pointing out that these
Just
people
like-
are
just
being
like-
killed and beat more than other people. We get it.
Exactly.
You know?
It's just like saying
Exactly.
I don't see color. It's like then you're an idiot.
I
Like,
see color.
I see color,
I
and that
see
chair is
everything.
teal.
It's not. It's
You know what color I
turquoise.
hate? Blue.
Yeah.
Now, even though it's my favorite fucking color, I love the color blue.
You only
But
like
all these motherfuckers
that's
with their
that's
fucking like
recency bias.
U.S. flag and they like make it into a fucking terrorist organization flag with that blue line bullshit.
Oh yeah,
that's what I fucking
That's
hate.
ridiculous.
yeah, I'm not. A
It's
fan
the
of it
U.S.
either.
flag. It's breaking the U.S. flag code. It should be a fucking federal fucking crime to fucking do that.
Did you catch my joke at all? No, nobody caught it.
No,
I'm
you're-
going off a
It
rant
has to be
here.
funny.
He said he didn't like blue, and I said it was recency bias because blue, which we talked about earlier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
brand
How blue
new.
didn't
It's
become
the
a color.
newest
That's why you love it so much.
You know
I
what's
had
funny?
to explain it so you guys get it.
Yeah. I tried to ask my my son what his favorite color was, and he said blue, and I was like, "Oh, blue's your favorite color?" He's like, "Yeah, yellow." And I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! Quit, pick one. You can't have more than
Blue
one."
and yellow, those are like complementary colors too.
Well,
They're
and my thing
opposite
was like,
sides.
he was like, just like if I ask him, he'll say blue, and I'm like, "Oh, you like blue?" And I'm like, "No, yellow." And I'll be like, "You like yellow, blue?" And I'm like, "All right, you're just fucking."
he's just being a kid.
I like this kid.
He's
He's
your
awesome.
child.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
He's just like you.
He's just like Jordan. He wants to be argumentative.
He's a little seizure.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I have a question for you guys, and this is like along the lines of like a Kibbles question. But the other day I was looking for really cool. I wanted some new decorations for Halloween, and I want to ask you guys a question. Will this get me shot? I saw this.
They don't look that bad actually. It has that little curly stuff at the top that makes it look like it's from like Ghostbusters.
This is how
Yeah.
to subtly say that you don't want black people at your house.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like if I decided to get some white paint and I covered up those mouths, it'd be a very different thing.
Yeah.
It looks like
That's true,
candles
yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
They look like I think it was like
They took a
Klan.
Christmas
They do
they took a
kinda look
Christmas
like-
candle thing and they made it into a Halloween thing. So you can repaint and
Where'd
make
you
it
find these?
universal.
I need to go get them.
I know you're like, let me go get them from my front porch.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I knew you would. You just seem like
You should change the lettering on the sign though.
yeah. Happy Halloween,
Happy Ween.
Cappy Halloween. I'm just kidding.
Caucasian
my
weeb.
lawners.
It is where there's 3 of them too. So I mean,
That's what they say about that's true. That's what they say. Like somebody on Twitter was talking about people who like Caitlin Clark, and they call them Caitlin Clark Clan, and they put it all with K's. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
My
That's
last
not
name's
cool.
got 3 K's in
who
it.
like Caitlin Clark? I mean,
I know. I don't even.
I've
know
never
what you're
seen
talking
anybody
about.
that's a Caitlin Clark fan at all. Nobody would
Yeah,
ever.
nobody. I mean, I did see this. This is pretty cool. Average 3-point distance between all these shooters, and Caitlin's was 28 point. It's the longest distance ever.
Is she on the Pacers?
But they're all women,
She's on
right?
Fever, yeah.
So it doesn't count.
Pacers.
Right.
Fever, baby. Fever.
Pacers. Yeah.
Yeah, I love women's basketball.
Indianapolis team.
I've really been enjoying watching her
do
play.
too. The
She actually plays a
Lady
4.
Pacers.
She actually just started playing right now.
Lady Pacers.
The Lady Pacers. I love the Lady Pacers.
That's what they should call it. Lady
I'm debating
Pacers.
how much of this podcast I'm going to cut out. You know what I mean?
All of it.
Yeah,
I'm
this
like,
sounds
Every
like
time I talk, just
Courtney
cut
goes,
it out.
Yep,
and then
Courtney's
it just cuts her
gone.
out.
Yeah,
It'd be
do
funny
it.
as fuck. No, I would never.
Just mute it,
It takes so much time.
and overdub it with your own voice of what you think she should say.
Yeah.
You could give her blackface too.
Yeah,
That would
the whole
really fucking
time.
help.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Like make it look like she
That would
put
be
it on.
Are we going to
blackface.
cancel all? We're supposed to cancel each other, right?
Yeah. I did. I was like a little bit on the devil's lettuce the other night, and then I messaged the group, and I was like, "Hey guys, what do you guys think about this?" And it was like me saying like, basically like, what if like I had Jordan quit the group, and then people were asking why? Like Courtney's like, we don't want to talk about it,
black man.
and really what happens is Jordan's like says I'm racist, and like we like lean into it and I'm like, no, I would never. And then you're like, and then Courtney comes out and she's like, I'm on Team Jordan, and then they form a separate group for a while, like it's an NWO thing, like a whole wrestling work. And then really we come out in like a month and we're like, this was all fake, we made it up. And then Jordan and Courtney were like, this is a bad idea, people are gonna believe it.
Yeah.
But then
That's funny, though.
Do you know what I
But
would
then
take out
we
of that?
agreed, and I said, okay, but what if I do it and I just say you guys all raped me?
yeah
Wow.
yeah. And then I was like, what if we say that's how you get in the group, and we all rape each
Yeah,
other?
rape her in. Yeah. But if you do that, then I have to be involved, because then I can't hang out with these guys, because then I
know.
ruin the work, you know.
Well, that makes more fun.
He's got to take it for the team.
Or I break up with you because I call you a slut.
Yeah.
So you should have dressed like that
Pick a
then.
side.
Well, with
Pick
the
a
two
side.
Jordans too, all I take from that is Courtney likes black men now.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And then at the end, I just come out as trans.
mean,
I'll be the first
Phil,
woman. I'll be like,
not
I'm the
now.
only woman in the group now.
Transition.
Yeah,
What was Brian's? Didn't Brian say have one too? No, Jordan had one.
We all had a stupid one.
Hey, I got a
He
joke.
brought
I got a
his.
joke.
What is it?
You know what it's called when a woman becomes a man in the hospital?
What?
Addictomy.
God damn. That's the procedure. The procedure's called an addictomy.
See, there you go. That's the whole thing. It's funny now.
I want that.
Addictomy.
I want Courtney to go on stage and do comedy. I mean,
I think you'd be good at it. I like
You
the
had a
idea of you
fun-
going up there and
you were
acting like you're not very good at it, like Letterman and all them do.
I'm just
and make that
scared.
part of
You
your
were
act.
absolutely
I know, but
hilarious
make
at
that
the
part of your
roast.
act. Lean into it.
I'm just so scared.
It's the apologizing for yourself stuff, which is they tell you not to do in like business meetings, but that kind of shit would work for you. It's like character, you know.
I get in these moods where I'm like, I can fucking do it. I'm a fucking baddie. I'm fucking hilarious. I'm gonna do it.
Like when I saw you at
And
the
then-
roast, you were awesome.
And then we get there, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna sit here. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
your punchlines and your jokes were spot on at the roast, for real.
Yeah.
As
She
far as
sat
I
and
go.
wrote.
Thank you.
it was good. It was really good. I gave her a lot of praise about it. Not that she would ever acknowledge that I praised her.
And I wrote them
It is
all.
what it is.
I don't listen, George.
She wrote them all. She
I
had
wrote them all.
no.
That's good.
I had no help.
She'll
They're really- I mean,
she'll
you know-
fixate on anything negative you say, but even if you shower with positive things
Oh, yeah.
every day, all the time, those don't
Reinforced
matter.
with negativity, just like a boss.
It's like, you're great. You look amazing. I love you. You're the best. Also, your fingernails are dirty. And all she hears is her fingernails are dirty.
Are they?
you have to
That's 100%.
reinforce
That's
positive
exactly-
stuff with negativity.
It's what I deal with every day.
Positive sandwich. That's what we used to
like
do.
you look great in that outfit, but your face looks fat.
Yeah. It's like, or like,
What
are
did
we
you tell me
nagging?
earlier? What did you
We
tell me
nagging?
earlier?
What?
You said something to me earlier.
I did.
What did you say?
God damn. Did you nag her?
We're gonna go back to this relationship.
So,
Yeah.
so she just got her hair done, which it looks great, by
Looks
the way.
great.
She pulled the long parts of her hair back, and the front of her hair was just like down to here, and it was just like real Karen cut. And
I had the
and I
top
looked-
of my hair, the bottom of my hair was pulled back because I was curling it.
Yeah.
And I just looked at her and I was like, you don't have the face to pull that off. You don't have the face shape.
Oh, shit.
I'm just being honest though. It
Like that
wasn't
duck
like,
butt haircut with all the
Fuck,
way
I
back.
used to have that haircut.
Yeah.
Nobody
And it was
liked
a
you
really
then.
dark time.
Nobody liked
I'm
you then.
sorry.
Dark time.
I didn't date you then, so I don't know. I'm always be honest with you. I'm never gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's a fact.
When you say I look fat in this, if you look fat in it, I'm gonna tell you look fat in it.
Here it comes. She's like, every T-shirt you wear is too short.
Every T-shirt. Yeah, we're gonna start controlling you as a group.
Slimming down
It's
a
not
little
about
bit.
what she wears. It's that she changes 6 times every day before she goes out. She did it today.
That's anxiety, dude. That happens.
I was like, do I want to wear my Graygarden shirt? Do I want to wear my Dan Alton shirt?
That's a good one too.
Or do I want to look at... But then I curled my hair, so if I put on a T-shirt, it's going to look stupid.
But what if I do this Karen cut? Will I look good like this? And he's
No,
like,
that was just an accident.
She was just
I was
pulling her
curling
back.
my hair back.
That's why I felt safe saying it, because I knew it wasn't a decision. I was just like, you don't have the face shape for that. I'm sorry.
I went gray sweatpants today, ladies.
Yeah, the gray sweatpants. We'll do
That's just like me. Like
September
gray
1st is
sweatpants.
sweatpants.
Gray sweatpants.
That's why I keep
Season.
my beard, because if I shave my beard off, I won't have a chin. It's all about face shape.
What if you shave your beard and you're ugly?
I'm already ugly, so
There you
He
go.
doesn't have a jaw.
Don't
it's just
talk
like
about my
top teeth.
boyfriend like that.
I found a really cool thing you guys could do.
Yeah, it's just top teeth.
I've got 4 extra chins down here. I got to cover them.
I found a really cool thing you guys
there.
could do to bond if you guys are having any issues bonding. I'll go ahead and show you the
Bond?
video. This is a nice little video.
Like
Bond.
James Bond.
This is something I saw recently.
Oh wow.
Oh, we've done this. She always misses though.
Courtney, is this something you would be interested in doing for the post for the press?
Do you want to do it? I could do it.
That'd be funny.
I bet I could do it.
It's a lot
Okay.
better. It's at least
Let's
it's
go
a
home and
talented.
practice
At
first.
least it's
It'd be
talented.
awesome if you could make like a soccer ball or something. That get
Oh God!
Oh my god!
and like destroy the
bowling
fucking
ball?
hole in the fucking counter.
Okay,
ball.
let me
It's a
tell you
bowling
guys.
ball, but it goes like into
Through
the
it.
window.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys this. I had a girl at work tell me that she might put this out there like as a story like on TikTok, but her and her man. She don't know, but she went to the doctor. She was having issues in her vagina area. She went to the doctor, and the doctor like got in there and was doing an exam, and then
There's
pulled
maggots.
out a Livestrong bracelet that somehow broke and got in there. And all they could figure out was that like he must have been like banging her and hitting it from behind, and it came off, it broke off, and then he just fucked it into her, not realizing it because they were just going at it.
Or he was fisting her.
And that's what I said. I was like, "Are you sure you weren't being fisted?" She's like, "No, I swear." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
It's on your wrist. That's a whole
Okay.
fucking hand.
Like it's fucking
What if she doesn't know?
that he was fisting.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Livestrong bracelets have been around a long fucking time, dude.
That's
And
been up there a while.
really, I mean, come on, like someone's wearing one currently.
What if he was
That's
using it as a
questionable.
cock ring?
To be fair, I did say Livestrong just to put the visual in your head. It's just one of the rubber.
I wish you'd go back and said slap bracelet.
like a slap bracelet. And he was like,
See,
it was a Chinese finger trap.
See, this is why I always take my bracelet off, because my mom's ashes are in here, so that would be real weird.
Oh yeah.
Did it
Real
smell like
awkward.
My mom's
vagina?
ashes are in your asses.
It smell like vagina.
I don't ever leave my house without this. It's got my mom's ashes in it. But like anything I do, like if I'm like with her or if I'm like getting ready to masturbate, I'm like, I got to make sure I take this off. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Mom,
a
don't
little
look
awkward.
away, Mom.
look-
Yeah.
Mom, look away.
Get off my wrist. I
The
can't have
rest of
that
her
on here.
ashes
Oh
are
my
right
God.
above our bed.
That is true. Shit.
Watch this trick, Mom.
Well, it's mostly because she's on my wrist, and I'm like, that's just weird. If I'm, you know, what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
Is that
Same
like
hand
a
you
three-way
masturbate
with your
with.
mom?
Yeah, it is. It's my right hand, so it's like
We've had so many three-ways with your mom.
Holy shit.
I take it off. I take it off.
Holy shit.
He's not always taking it off.
This is why all the trips to
Where's
Disney
your
World.
grandma's? Is your oh no, your grandma's.
My grandma's in the ground.
See, I want to get cremated. I don't want to end up in the ground.
And end up on Matty's
tried
wrist.
so hard. I've been trying for years to get her convinced to like be cremated because I want to carry around her ashes and be like, I got my grandma's left tit in my.
Yeah, like that.
You got your mom's vagina.
Bring out
No, we
your
put her
dead.
vagina in the ocean. That's fine.
Okay.
Bring out your dead.
And her eyes, so she hasn't been watching us. In my
Yeah.
mind, that's how
it's
it is.
because they smelled the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her vagina in the ocean.
yeah.
Rest in peace to your mom, by the way.
Jeez,
God, she's a
man.
great woman. We're goofing. We're giving her. Oh, you guys do have.
She would laugh.
I did
It's okay.
see this in the newspaper. This is pretty fucking cool. Yeah,
Outhouse.
Oh, where's that at? How
Look, I'm in the picture.
I don't see you.
I'm in the
She's in the
picture.
bottom
legs
picture.
are-
I'm in the
Red.
bottom.
Superman video. I was in the back.
You gotta zoom in.
Lose yourself video. I was in the back.
Look, there I am.
That's Kibbles.
No,
That's
that's
a mullet. Oh, I see
It's
you.
Davina.
Yeah,
That's
there's an elbow,
Davina,
there's
and
an
I'm
arm.
right next to her.
And Courtney's on the side looking to the right.
Davina.
That's Courtney's
Just like
or
a-
Kibble's
That's why-
daughter.
Like Bigfoot.
I
Yep.
shared it and I said I'll be taking autographs.
Oh, I met her. Yeah, I met her at the thing.
I'm only there
Yeah,
like the
Davina.
police
she runs
reports.
the counter a lot. Yeah, that's Outhouse Records, 109 East Sycamore. Come down and see us.
Yeah,
we
go
have
down
a
and see
record.
'em.
We have a record store.
Go down and see the record. Goodbye record. Buy record.
What? Yeah, buy records.
It makes sense that it's Outhouse Records because you guys have so many like weird records in the, in the
Right.
City Hall.
I was
They're
there
shitty
yesterday.
records.
I was totally there yesterday, and I was
Yeah.
surrounded by Harvestfest posters.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
They're all over the place.
And that was
I'm
pretty
excited.
cool.
I'm excited. We got the Battle of the Towers at Gas City on the 13th, and then the 14th we have Harvestfest, and then that very next week actually we do have a show in Dunkirk, Indiana as well. At Fat Cat Tattoo presents night comedy. Myself and Brian will be there, and then some people you may know: Devon Shoemaker, Jacob Harder, Alexa Eden, Brockton Miller, and Dan West.
Where's Dunkirk at?
Dunkirk is right next to Normandy. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I've been saying that forever. I'm like,
I can say like
Is that a Friday or Saturday?
it is a Friday.
yeah, well, that's the 13th. It's a Friday.
No, the 13th is
Harvestfest
Friday. This is the 21st.
That's a Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's a week after Harvestfest.
Oh,
Yeah.
By the way, on the Harvestfest,
Yeah.
you might be passing another party with music or something. Just ignore those people. That's not where
Yeah,
you want to go.
there's another music festival going on in Miami
It's
that day.
someone's birthday or something. I don't
It's
know.
country
They're having
though.
a
It's
really
country.
big country artist there. We got
It's country.
See, I feel
By the
like
way,
this is
that
our chance
person-
to be a lot louder.
So that person
We'll be
has
louder.
been on the do not go to Harvestfest for fucking
Yeah.
years. That
He's been
specific
banned.
person.
That's why he's doing his
And
own
every
party.
year I say, make sure this person does not make it there, you know.
Yeah.
Who is it? You
So-
know, we know who it is.
I don't like to invoke their names, but anyone named Chris is a
His name is Chris.
Fuck
All,
Chris.
all
Chris's.
Chris's are terrible human beings, in my personal experience.
Have you heard his
in
joke?
the
Have you heard
world.
my joke?
Well, my joke is that since there was Jesus, he took all the good out of the Chris's already, so there's nothing left.
This is funny that he doesn't know your joke and he's saying all this because he
You don't
has
know my joke. I have a whole
he has
bit
an
about
entire
it.
bit and
About
Chris.
Oh, dude, I
it's my
got you, man.
closer.
I'm gonna be
It's
a
been my
writer.
closer, and it's been going really well. If you got any tags you want to add to it, go check it out on the Kokomo Press TikTok. It's just Kokomo Press. Go check us out there. Follow us. We actually have over 600 plus.
Yeah.
And we just had a video that's about to hit 70,000 views on there.
Wow, you guys are famous.
Yeah.
And while you're on there, go follow the Outhouse Super Show
No,
too.
this is
Yeah.
about us.
Hey, I'm
Thank-
here to
did you
promote
say
myself.
us? Oh my God.
I'm here to promote. Okay.
I'm
I
on
know.
their side.
I know.
It's full court press.
Also,
too.
if you go on my the same video that we got 70K on, I have 3.4 million views on Instagram right now. That's crazy. I could not believe that video did that well.
What video?
Because
it's
it was
Good.
targeted at the right audience.
It was, but I didn't. But I mean, I put other stuff out that's similar to that haven't hit like this. It was just very. It was
The internet's a
bizarre.
random place.
So during the DNC, the convention, there was a guy that was like doing the roll call to see how these different people voted, the delegates, but really,
Right.
nobody voted because nobody voted for this woman. But they're doing the delegates, and he's like, District of Columbia. How do you cast your vote? And he sounds exactly like a South Park character. So I just put it on there. I was like, how does this dude sound like a real life South Park character? Posted it on there. 3.4 million views later, 120 something thousand heart react. I mean, it's the biggest video I've ever done.
So you're
Where
also
did
going
it
to
do
be
best?
you're also going to be
Where-
signing autographs with Cortni then.
I'll be signing.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Which platform?
Instagram.
Okay.
It was really
Because I
weird.
know it was doing good on TikTok too.
Well, it started doing really well on TikTok first, and it was doing really well. And then I started getting Instagram stuff. I was like, oh, it's doing well. Because I didn't even post it on Instagram. I posted on my Facebook, and then that automatically posted on Instagram. And then I went to my Instagram and was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I don't ever get that many notifications. And it was like 10,000. So I was like, oh, it's doing as good as the TikTok. And then all of a sudden it went way past the TikTok, and it's still going. Like I probably have 100
Because it was
now.
short and sweet.
Yeah.
That's why it
It
worked.
was only like 5 seconds long.
Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah.
It's funny, and it was 100% true, and it was probably what everybody was thinking when they heard it. It's
That's what most of the comments are like, dude, I said the same thing. And it's
I had heard that video by itself, and I thought the same thing, and then I saw your post about it, and I was like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what everybody's thinking.
District of Columbia.
You just hit everybody's brain all at the same time, and they're like, oh shit, this is exactly, so-
And then they share it to each other because there's like 120 plus thousand shares too, which is crazy. It's crazy. We've had big videos like it's still not our most seen because our most viewed post. I mean, we've had
cat litter or the litter
recent.
box.
That one was really big, but the Muffin Man one recently had 16 million people saw that. 16 million people saw
Really?
that Muffin Man.
I don't
And-
think I've seen it.
It's
Yeah.
always the ones that I'm
crazy,
like, that's
right?
stupid.
Oh, that's Italian Mike. That's
the internet.
how he existed. I thought it was
Oh.
stupid, and
It's the
it
internet.
blew up. This shit's weird, man.
Like the
That's
ones I
weird.
think are going to be super funny are not the ones that are super funny.
No, it's never like the ones I put all the work into
Yeah.
and work really hard and like make a really cool like graphic for it, and it's perfect, and I post it and it's like,
Yeah.
Zero intelligence should be involved with any kind of comment.
no, I shouldn't.
The rest of the
I shouldn't. Anytime
Anytime we try hard on it.
I should just let you guys write it stuff and I just act it out and it works. I don't know
Yeah.
how that happens. It's like people always like Jordan.
Idiocracy.
Jordan's always wearing a dress in all of his skits. I was like, I've actually only worn a dress in 2 skits ever.
Yeah.
Three. Never mind. 3.
It costs extra to see it without the,
Yeah. I'd really.
My skirt is still missing, by the way.
I give it back to you.
Oh, you said you left it at the store.
It's
It was on the
lying.
floor. Yeah.
He's keeping it.
Somebody
in
else
the
must
drawer.
have stole it.
Yeah.
Says
I've not seen it laying around anywhere.
You don't
so I
need it
know.
anyway.
I loved that skirt.
I busted in it.
He still has it.
Why would you busted my skirt? I dressed up as a woman.
I busted.
That's what he gets off on.
That's busted. No cap.
That's all you got to do is
Busted.
dress up like a woman, and then all of a sudden he's like,
He didn't.
It's funny that he
What's
could
the
fit
name of
into my
that?
skirt, though.
There's a name of it. That's what they. That's what they're accusing a lot of older trans women of actually being. It's gyna something.
Apologists.
No, yeah, but that's one. But it's like something gyna something. But it's basically like they're attracted to dressing like a woman. It gets them turned on, and then it's like, are they actually trans or are they just into it?
Are they
Yeah, that's-
I don't
attracted
give a fuck.
to?
It's none of
Yeah.
our damn business what they're
Yeah.
into.
Well, I mean, it's only our business when it becomes our business.
Is that like they're attracted to dressing
Like,
as a
damn it, I was
woman?
confused.
like it's like what did you say?
Like they like dressing as a woman, or they like the.
That's how they get
feeling.
aroused.
Yeah, some people get aroused by cross dressing.
No, I mean like the feeling of they're doing something bad.
Well, that's probably part of it too. But I mean, people are fucking turned on by feet and shit and other weird shit.
it was knocking. I can hear you knocking on the.
Oh,
Knocking.
You were
You're
shaking.
knocking,
knocking,
dude.
but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Come in.
knocking on
Control
heaven's
your
door.
knockers.
Sorry.
Control your knockers. They're going everywhere. Woo!
I can't help it.
It's that restless leg syndrome.
Restless leg.
Like,
Speaking of things women should never try to do, all-female reboot of Fight Club is moving forward with at Fox with Greta Gerwig set to direct. What do you guys think about this?
stupid.
Margot Robbie and Charlize Theron.
Margot Robbie.
I mean, I like
Robbie,
both
that's
of
right,
those
sorry,
chicks.
my bad.
Roby Wade, Margot
Robbie. If I'm at an angle.
Roby
I like
Wade.
Margot Robbie and I like Charlize Theron, but like the all-female reboots they never work. Like,
They don't.
And it's like,
Like Ghostbusters
and it's not like
fucking
it's
work.
being a misogynist thing to say. It's just because you're trying to force something just because, and it's like it's
Ocean's 11. Remember when I did the all-female version of that?
I mean,
The
you can do
Ghostbusters,
versions of
like,
stuff.
come on,
Just
nobody-
do tribute to it. Like,
It's stupid.
or
Plus-
just write a new fucking story.
yeah. Like,
there are
We
new
can't. Our
stories.
stupid woman brains aren't creative. We have to steal yours. Oh God.
so it's okay when you say it. But when you say
Yeah,
it,
women are
When we
stupid.
say it, you derail the entire podcast.
See, this is what you
Yeah.
should do. This is what you should do. Just lean in and be like, yeah, fuck women. They're the worst.
My thing is like
They're the worst.
I don't
Like the female
I can
Ghostbusters
make
movie was
myself cry
entertaining.
again.
I love
Did you like
watching-
it?
I like watching it with my son, but they did not give the original any fucking tribute. Or
I didn't hate
it. It could have
it.
been Ghostbusters L.A.
I didn't hate
It
it.
could have been a different fucking,
Yeah.
the different on the other side of the country.
but it wasn't good. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't good.
They call the Ghostbusters New York.
Or
Hey,
it
this is
could've been
us. Can we blah blah blah?
Ghost
you know?
people.
But here's the thing: a couple years
Ghost
later,
people.
they did
That's a woman
Ghostbusters
thing.
Aftermath, and the main character was also a female, but it was good because it wasn't
Yeah, it's
trying
not
to be
female
just
versus
female.
men. It's just breaking the formula of the original.
Yeah,
not,
it's just yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this: a lot of the people,
I'll tell you
a lot of
this.
the actors in that
Yeah.
Ghostbusters movie were also in Bridesmaids, which I think is one of the funniest fucking movies
I
in
love
the world.
that movie,
It's
and
such a
nobody
good
else thinks
movie.
it's good.
Though they're
When's the
wrong. It's
groomsman
good.
coming along?
I know we got to do the groomsman.
I turned it on one
all-male
time and Matt was
reboot.
like,
The wood. It's the wood.
"Oh my God, you should." Let's do it.
Groomsman. I mean that Hangover.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a format. I mean, but Bridesmaids was really funny because
Not
the
until
women
you
were
shit
funny.
yourself in the street.
That's my thing. Is like
Yeah.
are you doing it just because they're women or is it because they're funny? Like the thing is, if you're making a comedy, you just put funny people in. It doesn't matter if they're men, women, whatever. You know.
Well,
it's
that's
like,
physical comedy. The physical comedy is shitting in the street in that one, but in the Hangover, the physical comedy is him getting punched in the face and losing a tooth. So there's always physical comedy in those things. There's always some type of weird, you know what I mean? Or like The Wood. You guys remember The Wood? The dude
No, I
you guys
missed
never
The
watched The
Wood.
I don't know
Wood?
what
It's
that
the
is.
black version. Of course, you guys haven't seen it. You guys, that's
I don't
weird
watch
you guys haven't-
that kind of porn.
Courtney only stars in it. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I gotta take a while and find the right one, but
Yeah.
it's not that.
Yeah, it's hard to see. They don't light the room well enough. They need to realize if you're dark skinned, you have to light the room a little better. Come on, it's a lighting issue. It's not a personnel issue. It's a lighting issue. This is my
I think
face
we're
when I
letting them
watch
go
it,
way
though.
too far with this.
Personnel issue. Dude, I don't care.
orgasm face.
Somebody wants to fucking cancel me, they can. Good luck. I'm like, come on,
We have to
cancel
invite
me.
you in.
Did you notice? Have you noticed? There's been a lot of there were a couple comedians, I don't remember their names, that have come through the open mic. Obviously, with the open mic, we see a lot of different comedians and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I've noticed there's a lot of comedians that are they're basing their mannerisms. I don't know if it's just something that comedians do, but they look like Shane Gillis on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Have you noticed it?
Yeah.
They do the thing where he holds it and like the way he talks and stuff. And there's a lot of them doing that exact style. And I'm like, this is weird. There were two, I think, last week, and I can't remember who they were. But I was like like the way they talk and everything is like, this is Shane Gillis ripoff 101. Like, I mean, it's still funny, but like,
He's not a comic. He can make these.
yeah, I'm not a comic. I'm just a viewer.
I do not. No, it's true.
It's still funny. It's still funny, but like, it's just,
You can tell that's where they're getting their inspiration.
they're definitely inspired.
But we
by
do the interviews in the beginning, and we asked that's one of the questions that we usually ask is where you get your inspiration.
which is fine to be inspired. I mean, I rip off music all the time.
It's normal. The biggest comedian in the world right now is Shane Gillis. It's not that crazy that if you're getting into stand up right now, you probably like Shane Gillis. But
Never
at the
seen
same
him.
time, you never seen him? That's crazy.
He's hilarious.
But at the same time, there's the thing they used to talk about, like comedy babies. And a lot of comedians have Mitch Hedberg has comedy babies. Now, instead of Mitch Hedberg, we've seen a couple of these come through our mic. The Uncle Laser, they're basically his comedy babies. And then, like, for the longest time, Dane Cook had a lot of comedy babies.
Yeah.
Dave Attell had a shit ton. I mean, Big J. Okerson is basically a Dave Attell comedy baby, but he's carved his own version of that out. He does a lot of crowd work stuff. But if you watch Dave Attell and the way he does it's so that's this Jay sounds just like him.
It's just funny to me because like I think this is the first time I've noticed it like happening organically.
Yeah, it's happening in real time.
Because Shane Gillis like with being into like the Legion of Skanks and stuff, like we knew about Shane Gillis before the world, you know what I mean? But like the last couple of years, it's been
knew
like,
Shane Gillis before you knew him.
It sounds really hipsters, but it's the truth.
But you
like,
did. You guys did.
But like that's the whole thing. It's like, I mean, you knew who he was and everything. Like people that pay attention to comedy, but the general public didn't until the last couple of years. And now all of a sudden, now I'm starting to see it, and it's weird to me. I'm like this guy like feels just like Shane Gillis on stage. But they were still funny. I was laughing. I wasn't like saying, oh, whatever. As a musician, I rip shit off all the time. Most of the time, don't even realize I do. You know what I mean? But it's interesting to me because it's the first time I've seen it actually happen. Like
in real time. Yeah, it's a different thing.
And I saw two people doing it, and I think they were back to back, and it's like his mannerisms were almost identical. It was interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you watch, I mean, I tell people, I'm like, just as long as you're writing your own jokes, I don't give a shit. Just don't steal jokes.
Yeah.
Because we've had some issues where people come through and we're like, there's some jokes where I'm like, what the fuck? Don't do that.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times people just want to get on stage, and I understand that, and you don't want to die on stage. And my thing is, you have to die. You're lucky. We're lucky as musicians as well that like we know that we get to go up there with like a guitar or a predetermined thing, and usually people, it doesn't. If somebody starts talking in the middle of you doing a song, you really can't hear them. Like you really can't most of the time.
Yeah, it's a different art. Yeah.
But if you're in the middle of a
Challenge
set
accepted.
doing comedy, and all of a sudden somebody's like, there's a whole group of a table talking, like what happened to me. I just acknowledged them immediately. I was surprised nobody did earlier, but I was like, hey, you guys seem like you guys are having fun, and then they're like, woo, and then they talk, and then they paid attention a lot more. And then at one point they started talking again, so I brought them back into it. And I think that a lot of these new guys, they just want to go up there and they're like, hey, I'm doing comedy. They tell their whole families come out, and you know, it's interesting, but I mean, I think it's important that they get on stage as long as they're writing their own jokes. That's cool.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
No.
I just thought it was an interesting
It's
observation.
interesting observation.
I've just never seen it happen like that, and I'm just like, this is weird. But also, I've never in my life, I've always liked comedy, but I've never been to a comedy show every week.
Oh yeah, it's
now
different.
I go I see new comedians every week now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You guys come down to Cooper's Pub on Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Thursdays at 8 p.m.
Do you remember what you said about Jordan?
Yeah.
What did I say about
He's
Jordan?
black.
Which Jordan?
This one, white Jordan.
I said a lot of shit about him. You better be specific.
Okay, about his favorite joke. How you can tell how he words his jokes. How it's always like this one guy, and then you're like,
I could tell. Yeah, like I said,
Norman
he likes Norm Macdonald. He doesn't.
Norm
and then
Macdonald,
you were,
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and you
he's
were
the
telling
best.
me the joke, and then you're like, how much do you want to bet? I will text Jordan and ask
That's
him what
funny.
his favorite joke is, and he'll say this joke.
Yeah.
And he did,
That was funny. It's the moth joke.
and it was
Norm
the
Macdonald.
Oh my
joke.
God, yeah.
It's the
Best joke of all
greatest.
time. It's the greatest joke of all
It's
time.
the best joke of all time. Yeah. It is.
And then he played it for me while I was taking a shower.
And then I showed it, so she never heard it. So I was like, you have to hear this
he
joke.
had the
Norm
phone,
Macdonald.
holding the phone inside the shower
Moth
curtain.
goes to the podiatrist's office. Yeah. It's so good.
The way he draws it out. But I mean, your
you
favorite
really-
comedian is Norm Macdonald, but like, I know you've said that on many occasions that he's like one of your
Oh, yeah,
favorite
he's my
of all time.
favorite comedian.
But your comedy doesn't
so
sound like
off the
Norm.
wall.
You know
No,
what
I don't
mean?
sound like him.
I can tell that some of your jokes, I can tell that you're a Norm Macdonald fan because some of the things you think are funny.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you structure it or you copy him or whatever. But yeah.
Norm is a very interesting comic it's the same other, like my favorite comedians are Norm Macdonald, Patrice O'Neill, like Shane Gillis is up there. Like
Bill
he really
Burr's
is that good. Bill
my
Burr's
guy.
great. Mark Normand, I love. Like these guys, they have like a certain feel to them. And I think the best thing that you could do is take like a little bit of like the fact that they take risks, because every last one of those guys will take a risk. They will talk about something where you're like, ugh, and then they'll turn it around. Like Bill Burr, there's no reason to hit a woman. That bit is one of the funniest bits of all time, dude.
Dude, how many people did he haggle?
Oh yeah.
I mean, at that basable field or whatever, like an entire fucking city, and that's what really fucking did. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's so funny. But like Mark Norman, his one-liners and the way he does things, comedy. Like he is like one of my favorite jokes of all time is by him, and it's the one where he's like talking about like, because he's taken a really horrible subject and making it palatable, and the joke is about fucking kids. That's what the joke about. It's a joke about being pedophile and be like, you know, we're so close and just so lucky that, you know, we didn't become pedophiles. He's like, because when I was a kid, I liked grape juice, but I also liked 12-year-old girls when I was 12. And he's like, I'm an adult now. I like wine. I still like grape juice. Like, what if I like, you know, and it's like that. It's like a really funny
bullet there.
I didn't do a very good job of like conveying the joke, but that's basically the essence of it. And to me, with him and with Burr and with like all these guys are greats for a reason. My red flag goes up, and this isn't. And if you're a comedian, do not take this to heart. Like I don't mean it in a mean way. I don't at all. But my red flag goes up when I'm like, who do you like? And they're like, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, and they start to say, because I'm like, you like podcasts, that's fine, that's not comedy. Because like if you want to say Bert Kreischer has your favorite joke, please tell me what that is, because I'd love to hear it. I've listened to
stories.
He's okay. There's been some funny things.
I never thought he was really funny. Like
I like him.
Everybody told me about. Oh, you have to hear. You know what's the
machine?
The machine. That you got to hear the machine. And then like I listened to it, and I was like, I mean,
it's a well-crafted bit.
I love
funny,
it. But it's like
it's a well-crafted bit.
It's not something I'm going to go back to though. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm not a comedian, so I don't look at it that way.
I fuck cats is like Grainger. He goes in front of the Russian mafia and he's trying to tell them that I fuck pussy, and the only thing it translates to is I fuck cats. In front of the fucking Russian mafia. I mean,
it is funny. I mean, the whole setup is hilarious. It's just like if he's your favorite comic, I'm like, you need to get out more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I saw Bob Saget live once.
Yeah.
So that makes
I
me
love Bob
special.
Saget. I don't care, but
but you would never say he's the best comedian of all
I
time.
wouldn't say that.
No.
He's great for what he does.
I think the reason I like him so much is because I grew up on Full House, and I think it's the contrast is so ridiculous. But I would never say he's the best comedian.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't even say he's my favorite, but I mean, I do love him.
He's so random, and I just want to ask him, whatever happened to predictability? Milkman, the paper boy. No?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to predictability?
Yeah.
Milkman the Paper with that guy from TMZ.
Yeah, that guy from TMZ. That's from your song.
Yeah.
Courtney, who's your favorite comic? Who's your favorite comic? Do you have like a favorite comic? Do you listen? Do you watch comedy at all?
Not really.
Do you watch clips or anything? Like, did they ever like Matt Rife? You like Matt Rife? I think Matt Rife gets a lot of shit, and he's really funny.
I've never seen him.
I think he's okay. I'm not a huge
out
fan.
of the loop.
But
He's really great at crowd work.
I don't know their names, so I can't really say. Like I've watched comedy stuff.
I show her clips a lot, but
and I know clips, and I've watched. I grew up on like Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah,
and I watched.
Oh my God, love that
comedy,
shit.
but like I don't remember their names or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I get so. I mean, my algorithm is full of like random shit.
I liked Dave Attell when we were younger.
Yeah. I love David.
Let me tell you about Hitler. He's fucking hilarious. If you watch those old
David Attell
footage,
loves
he's
Dwarf.
like,
Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't know
it
that.
gets me every time.
David Attell loves Dwarf.
Oh yeah. David Tell's awesome.
I gotta say that every chance I get.
I saw David Tell at Summit City in Fort Wayne.
Nice.
Very funny. Very funny. I saw he actually put out the special he had on Netflix, the most recent one. That's most of what he did. So it was nice. Did you guys see that special? It's
I
really
haven't
funny.
watched it.
He does a whole flute. Like he plays the flute, or not the flute, the recorder. It's so fucking stupid.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
And then you get to the end of it. It's like 45 minutes or something like that.
Do you count Conan O'Brien as a comedian? I mean, he had a late night show. Now he does his own podcast. You know,
He wrote for The Simpsons.
Right.
I don't know if he's a stand-up comic though.
He's
hilarious
funny in general, right?
He's comedy adjacent, I would say. I don't know if he's
I've been watching.
He's not a stand-up.
Stand-up comic, I feel like,
or whatever.
I feel like stand-up comic.
Oh yeah,
means you
Conan
like,
O'Brien Needs a Friend. It's a really good
love
show.
That shit.
Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson and what's his face from Cheers have a thing on there. They do.
Brand Bronson.
Bronson.
No, what's his name? Woody Harrelson and fucking the guy that played
name?
Sam or whatever. What's his name?
I can't remember his name.
Danson. Chuck Jansen.
Ted Danson. Mary Steenburgen. Ted Danson.
Chuck
Ted
Danson.
Danson.
Their podcast is great too.
His
And
podcast
they use
is podcast.
that stuff too.
Podcasts can be really funny, but like I think to qualify as a stand-up comedian, like
You have to put the work in. And
you craft jokes and you write like it's almost like being a musician. You write a set and you have your pieces and like your jokes are crafted for a crowd kind of thing. Being funny on a podcast, I can do that, but I'm not a stand-up. You know what I mean?
You have to be able to talk to yourself, and that's where I can't do. Like I could get
Can't?
up. I don't have
Hard to do. I think
I've never done it.
Do or do not.
You did it at the fucking roast, and you did great. I keep telling you that. And
That
you
was
sent
good.
me.
That was good.
I
I laughed.
Posted jokes and you've sent jokes. I'll throw this up here. You've posted jokes and you've sent jokes that would be funny bits if you just wrote them out.
There's a joke there. Yeah, all you have to do is
That's a bit.
What you do?
That's the premise,
You take
and then
that
you
idea, you build around
extrapolate.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, word association. So like that, I don't do this because my brain's too
wonderful
fucking
joke.
weird. But like my brain's too fucking. Oh, I did my joke on the bottom that killed, by the way, on the
Yeah, no
comments
prostate,
section.
no opinion.
That's
I
right.
was saying that.
Yeah. Because like they always say, no uterus, no opinion about abortion.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but like honestly, that's the bit. That's the premise. You start the premise of prostate stimulation isn't even gay, and then you do like a word association, like what things can I associate with
That's totally
gay,
political
prostate,
joke.
you know? And then you just go and you keep doing word association until you get to the point where you write the bit. That's how a lot of people write. I can't write like that, but a lot of people do.
Majority of the stuff that I come up with is like in conversation. So like I'm good at riffing off of other people, but I don't know that I could do it all by myself.
Take that,
stories.
the riff, the joke, and then that's the premise, and then you build off of it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I mean, I
really think
can
you
write
could.
it, and I understand it's.
I'm not attacking you. Please.
I know.
please.
I'm not.
You're like, oh, I'm like,
I have to talk louder.
I just believe you're good. I think you could
It's
be
her
good.
turn.
I
Raise
do
your
think
hand.
you could. I think you could
Work
be
in
good.
reverse. So Jesse, here's a good example. Messi.
Yeah.
He's gotten much better.
Oh,
And
his best set of all was this last
week, dude. Yeah, that's what I told him. It's funny because you said that in the chat, and I was just telling him right before you mentioned that. I was telling him in person. I was like, dude, like your timing has gotten so much better, and you've gotten that. But
The order.
we were
The
talking
order.
about it while he was up there.
The order was way better than and the crowd was warm, and he leaned in, he was loud, he did his thing.
But
and it was
you know
good.
how he writes his jokes, most of his jokes anyway. The one he brought out this time, which Jesse has given away some of other people's jokes on our podcast, so I can give away one of his here.
Fuck him.
But he had a really funny bit about
No one will see it anyway.
sex dolls, and he's
That's
like,
funny.
no, they're sex action figures.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
But it was just a stupid thing that he said, and like we were like, that's funny, like use that. And then he was like, okay, so he worked it out for like 3 weeks before he brought it on stage.
I remember him bringing it up before I ever saw it on stage.
He took that and he was like, there's the piece, and he went backwards in it. Like, okay, how can I
So,
set it up?
yeah.
Okay, someone walked in on me and they said, what are these sex
He
dolls doing
worked
here?
from a punchline and created a bit.
That's how he
I'm
does a lot
saying
of
you can
his.
either
That's
work.
how I did a lot of mine too.
Yeah, you can work from a punchline.
got
You
it.
might
Yeah.
have. That might be the way you do it.
I needed a general subject, and then I would just try to work something around it so it would make sense and come together. And I majority wrote all of mine. All I needed was subjects.
Yeah.
I
You're
would
funny.
message you and I'd be like, hey, give me something to write about for this person because I don't really know them.
I helped a little. I think we helped a little
Yeah,
with
you
wording
did.
sometimes, but you had the joke.
My
It was just
sentence
wording it.
my sentence structure was not
It's all about making a rhythm to where you can say it with a rhythm and be able to.
But then again, when I went up there, when I was rewording it as I was saying it. I write it how I talk.
Yeah.
So, but that's sometimes not grammatically correct.
Most of the time.
So
not,
most
but-
of the time when I write, it's when I was writing, it was the way I would say it and how the easiest way I would remember to say it.
Yeah.
Because naturally, I'm just really bad with grammar.
I like writing my premises. I'll start with a sentence. This is how I write. I start with a sentence. Like one of my most recent jokes is I have the type of face that people think they can say weird shit to. That's the.
I feel like that's a conversation we've had before.
Sure, I believe it.
That's where
but
jokes come from.
But honestly, and it's good that because if you see that, then in conversations like we have here, you can do all. I mean, you could write a whole bit about how like anything. It's really simple. But I started with that premise, and then from there I extrapolated it with stories that supported it, and then found punchlines in there. And some people do it that way, and then some people will write the punchline and then work backwards. Some people will. Some people. A lot like that one's particularly. I wrote that in a day. I wrote the premise. Some weird shit happened to me that day. Literally, the story, the main crux of that joke happened that day, and I was like, "Oh, I'm writing this down because this is hilarious." And there's there's a circle into it because it starts with one lady and it ends with him looking at her ass, and it's just funny. And it actually happened, and it was crazy.
Circle.
It's a circle. If you look at it, it's a circle.
Sorry.
It's a circle, Corey. It's so many circles. We should jerk in
I'm
a
just
circle.
derailing everything. I apologize.
No, wait.
But yeah,
That's
No,
for
it's just
therapy.
it's important. It's important. There's just different ways to write, and there's no right way and there's no wrong
doing
way.
voices now?
We're doing voices.
Don't.
And one thing I will say is you live with me, so I'm not a stand-up comedian, but I am good with like structuring things.
Right, but with those,
So if
I
you have
wasn't allowed to
ideas-
tell you.
I know.
You didn't want to help me.
I know.
Right about what Matty
Because
does
that was a
on his
roast.
daily.
But I'm saying, like, in the future, if you have something funny, like if Jordan's not available, because I know he's good at writing stuff too, but
Right.
I can help you at least
Here's some
structure
inside
word stuff.
baseball. Brian and I have sent her multiple jokes. So she also has gotten us. We've written multiple jokes from her. It's so much easier for me to write from somebody else's perspective because, like, I can't write from there.
See, I will send them shit, like off the wall bullshit, and they'll be like, that's a joke. And then they'll write my jokes.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
done it.
Yeah.
And my thing is, she
They
would
do
already
it to
have
me
a
all the
5-minute
time.
set if she'd have just taken those, put them in a
that why
note.
you have
And
her
I do.
skirt?
I do.
Yeah, I
I
kept her
write
skirt.
stuff.
You kept her skirt so you
She's
could
like,
write
I have a
you.
funny premise, and I'm like, okay, and I pull it out, and I
Pull out
just
your skirt.
Yeah,
tell it to
that's
me.
what it is.
I have to live in.
That's
I have to live in her skin. No.
Yeah.
I don't even know where. I literally left it on the floor.
I
of
know.
the back room.
And I couldn't find it.
I
Somebody
thought
might
I
have picked
handed
it
it
up.
to you.
Fall back to
but
the-
No, you were like, I was going to give it to you, but I couldn't get around.
yeah,
So he just left it in the back.
I'm not too.
I was going to give it to you, but I couldn't get around.
Not good. You gotta reach around. You gotta reach around if you want to. I need to see if there's any other points we need to hit before we do.
Harvestfest
This has
is
been a heavy
thing.
This
Harvestfest.
has
It's
been
going to
heavy.
be great.
I'm just wondering
I
how
do
much I'm
face
cutting out.
painting and I do things there besides just get on everybody's nerves.
Yeah.
Make sure you thank her
Last
for it.
year
know if you
I
wanna talk
didn't
about-
even drink, and I did face painting and ran 2 booths by
Did you want to talk about this? You said
I know. I wanted my
want
face
to?
painted in one of them.
opening night at the Gasworks Live. It's a new venue happening in Kokomo. He doesn't have the location on here. It just says the Gasworks Live.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but like this is, I just wanted to basically bring it up because it is another music video opening up.
Yeah.
We have the Outhouse Records we're doing shows at, but the Gasworks is also opening. It's on the north end. You can go to their website there, gasworkslive.com, and it has this information and stuff. But it's just cool that we're going to have 2 music venues now. In Kokomo, which is something we don't ever have a one time. And we're working closely with the guy who's running it. He showed up to our grand opening. Yeah, Maxwell. And he's in the same mindset as we are about not competing and not oversaturating.
Community over competition, always.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out, make sure we don't book the
I
same
wish
dates
some other
and stuff.
places would think from that perspective.
Yeah, you know, it would be nice for
It'd be
us too.
But yeah, as far as
we do that.
Since I'm here, I'm going to talk about music because that's what I do. We got Harvestfest coming up, but also Outhouse Records has a lot of shows coming up, and the Gasworks is also another venue opening. So anybody that likes local music, come out and support the local scene. Let's make sure we can keep 2 venues open.
Yeah, we need. I mean, local music is important, and you know they do a lot of shows, like a lot of touring groups and bands and stuff will come through, like the Coterie and stuff. I know Kyle brings a lot of that there, and that's really important as well. But lost in that is there's not very many all age venues, and so that's the great thing about Outhouse Records is the crazy thing. I was talking to my son who is a rapper, Spirit. Check him out, but it's spelled weird. It's like SPYRXT. I think that's how you spell it.
Yeah,
find him on YouTube.
I thought it was SPXRYT.
Maybe
not. Maybe not.
Something like
I don't know.
that.
He's your kid.
I don't fucking know. I don't know how to spell
I just
it.
looked it up the other day because we were talking to Jesse
It's not
about
spelled
booking it.
normal, but he has a new song on there right now. Just put it out. It's really cute. It's a cute song. It's so cute about a girl breaking his heart and stuff.
What if we got our kids to make a band?
That works. But my whole thing is like with the idea of it being.
Alexis is doing drums.
She is?
Yeah.
She's doing drugs?
Drums.
Oh, my bad. I was about to say, I don't know why she
could
kept
be.
asking me for the boy. She kept saying, do you know what a boy is? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. She got that from her dad.
She got that from- No, but what I was saying was if these kids
Can't be a good
nowadays at the high school, if they're in a band or if they do rap or they can always go to Outhouse Records and they can book a show there and you could get kids in there and hang out. And then, you know, I know Messi's not allowed within 100 feet from a kid, but I'm just kidding. No.
That's
He
fine.
has a
I'll
kid.
just run the sound. It's cool.
Yeah. And
Lilith is at every show.
I know, right? And she's there doing Yo Mama jokes and making fun of Brian, too.
That was
It
hilarious.
was very funny.
That
You
was
should
good.
post that.
Yeah. I don't have any, I have no footage of me at all. I wasn't even there.
Sorry.
Kid.
I'm
I
so
blame you.
sorry.
Matt is more to blame than you because I didn't bring my shit because you guys were like, oh, we're going to have it recorded. So I was like, I didn't. And I was like, fuck, I would have brought
That day was
had somebody
chaotic,
with me.
dude.
It was like I had just
I need
got
to set up
done helping
permanent
you.
recording there for him too.
Dude, I did 2 bits that I thought were killer
I'm
that would have killed as fucking videos. And I'm so sad that now they're, I mean, we lived in the moment. It was fun. People that were there got to see it. It was cool. But I wore 4 shirts and took shirts off and did like a whole like wrestling thing for them in honor of them and wore the Outhouse record shirt of the last one and like wrote it all out. And then I dressed as Sharkeisha and got kicked in the fucking nuts and stone cold stunnered. And I'm like, there's no proof of it anywhere.
It's talking about the Outhouse Records
See,
grand
I took
opening.
as many
It was
pictures as I
great.
could.
Great show. I know.
I
sorry.
Believe me, I am more upset than anybody that we didn't get it recorded. I wanted to record the whole night because it was great. I wanted to have documented because it was a fantastic time.
I would love to have footage of
Pictures
Caleb.
everything.
Yeah. Dude,
Odd Unique was so good.
He killed, dude. Like, Odd Unique. If you guys like hip hop, come out to Outhouse Records on October 11th. We got another show coming up
He
with
did
Odd
really
Unique.
well.
Yeah.
His energy.
He's been
I
to
was
Harvestfest
surprised.
before.
Yeah, he
too,
did Harvest Fest before.
Yep.
His energy at the Outhouse show was just palpable. Like I was like, man, if they're gonna, I think I've seen him perform a couple times before, and I was like, he's good, but like it's hard, man.
He's
because
broken through
sometimes
that ceiling now.
Yeah, sometimes when you're in a space like outside on, like Harvest Fest is great for bands. It's okay for comedy. A single act by yourself with maybe a buddy, it's kind of hard to fill that stage
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
it's a big area. And Outhouse Records, he fucking like consumed the room. It was crazy.
It's one of the best local like performances that I've
ever
seen. And,
seen, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It
And
was
I've seen a few.
fantastic.
I thought he's great.
Yeah.
Well, check out Odd Unique.
Yeah, Odd Unique. Check him out. He was on the podcast. Very fun guy. He has a great story. I have a reel out if you guys want to check out that TikTok of him. And he was addicted to heroin. I think he said.
Oh yeah, I hated him when I first met him. He was coming to the shows.
Oh, yeah.
I did not like that dude. And
Now he's just like a
he's
great
awesome.
guy.
Yeah, he's great.
It's funny how
He was also like 15 then.
Yeah, well, he's had a really good turnaround though.
Yeah,
like,
he
he's
did.
really changed and,
really
and
did.
bettered himself, which is a good example to follow.
He matured.
But it's hard to
Well-
hold like 15, 16-year-olds to something they did all the way back then.
Yeah. What?
I'm just kidding. We talked about something the other
Fuck
day. Remember what happened at the end of
Yeah.
the comedy show?
Yeah.
Some people came up to you guys.
Wait, what?
No, he's so we know.
I don't know.
I know. We talked about it.
comedy
We
show?
talked about this over. No, like it's just like we're trying to figure out a way to like bring somebody back who did something stupid at Harvest Fest. Remember that?
Oh,
And we're trying to figure out if we want to find a way to do it that's like fair to everybody.
But we
and
want to make
also-
sure we know the story before we do that.
Yeah, we don't just want to like say, yeah, you can come back. You made a stupid
I know.
kid
We'll talk
decision.
about it
I
off
miss
camera.
having certain
yeah.
people there. Like
I need to
back
talk.
in the day.
We need to talk to you actually about it too. 'Cause
Yeah. We gotta go.
We'll talk about it after. You were looking at her like she did something. And I was
No,
like,
no, we talked
she did a
about
lot
it.
of
She
shit
told
when
me
she was
about
a
it.
What do you
teenager.
mean?
He's got that one trick.
I did.
The ping pong.
I met you when you were
I
that age.
didn't do anything to get kicked out.
You were doing wild shit back then.
What?
When you
I
were
do
15,
wild
I
shit
miss
16.
this,
still
all the
then.
taser stuff and all that. I'm like, I hear all
You
these
miss
crazy.
me getting tased?
I hear all these crazy stories. I'm like, where the fuck did this happen? They're like,
In your
whatever.
backyard?
In my
In your
I'm like,
yard?
holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if I treated you forever like when you were butthole drunk. You know?
We don't talk about butthole drunk.
Butthole drunk.
Is that where you
were in your 20s then. That's the weird
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
I
You're
was
young.
grown.
Yeah, you were grown. You had kids and shit, but you're still young. I think mid-20s, like that's still
Yeah.
like you're. I mean, not to.
I haven't gotten
You're
butthole
fucking
drunk
dumb.
in a while.
You're fucking dumb in your mid-20s.
I'm still fucking dumb. I'm
Imagine
37.
mid-teens, like 16. You're probably a fucking idiot, especially as a guy. I mean, there's so much we could definitely get into, but. Yeah, other than that, man, the new shop, Outhouse Records, Harvestfest X. If you guys haven't been out to Harvestfest before, there's been 10 before this. You've got to come
Pretty
out.
magical.
It is
It
great.
really
It
is.
really
It's
is.
really the night. The people are perfect. There's no drama.
No.
Mm-hmm.
It really, it does feel like, I don't know if it's the sky or how much energy I put on that property, but it does have something there.
Yeah, I love it.
We're tweeting. I don't know if I told you this. We're going to shoot a podcast at the end of Harvestfest this year.
Nice.
Around the fire after the music calms down.
I've always wanted like something.
It's going to be the season finale of the Outhouse Super Show. I think we're going to do it in conjunction with Kokomo Press.
Yeah.
You got to
then
make sure
spot-
Barbie
we'll make
doesn't
sure you got
get
a
super
spot.
drunk.
We're going to start our new season actually right after Harvestfest. We're going to start treating this time of year as like our WrestleMania. So we're going to do our seasons up to Harvestfest and then reset after
Yeah.
that. So it'd be
That's smart. I like
cool.
that.
It'd be cool.
I do a summer break. That's how my seasons typically
Yeah.
go.
Well, we thought about just doing calendar year because when we started our podcast, it was like January. It was middle January.
Yeah.
But I was like, how cool would it be to like have an event like this to like crescendo into, you know? And then after post Harvest Fest, like we treat it like wrestling, you know, it's WrestleMania season. You know, it's
Just like a week or two off. Or you guys
New
are going to go
season,
right
new
we might
sport.
take a little bit off just because Harvest Fest is going to take a lot out of us. Plus, what I'm going to do is not only am I going to film. I say this obviously it didn't happen at the grand
No,
opening.
you're good.
I plan on filming the podcast at the end, but I also plan on like walking around and like filming during the day.
Press is doing that
getting
too.
a little
Camera
stuff.
equipment, too.
I know, and I was going to talk to you about it. I didn't know if you want to do a conjoined thing where we can like
Yeah.
maybe edit it all together and have like a cool super cut of
Oh, yeah.
Harvest Fest.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 2-hour long video thing that's like
Yeah.
it's
I've
just
always
Harvest Fest.
wanted-
Maybe
do
you should
like-
have somebody else do it because you know you're going to be busy.
I've always wanted like a Austin City Limits where they can interview the bands.
Yeah.
And then they play a clip of the bands playing or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I'd
that's
always
what,
want to edit of Harvest Fest like that.
Yeah, I think that's what we're planning on doing that
Yeah.
with the comics too, because
Good.
the press really want to
that's
They're
been my
gonna go
idea
through
from the
and do like
beginning.
little interviews.
That's nice.
Yeah, 'cause my thought was like we can have a video and you guys can have a video of the comedy and then maybe we could do a super cut together and like,
Yeah.
put it out. And that's
I've
like
got some really good camera equipment too. That'd be good for
Oh, yeah.
outdoors or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
All the stuff.
Let's do it. Let's get it together. I mean, we can do. There's so many things that we can do. The good news is we have so many talented people involved in Harvest Fest that you know what I mean. It's like we talked to Kibbles was talking about doing something. You guys are doing something. You could do something. I could do. Like, we'd all do something. We could do a super kit at the end, and it would be different perspectives,
Right.
different
I think
things
it'd
that
be
we're
cool.
doing, and I think it'll be fun, especially because we can get some early footage before everything's set up.
Yeah.
Gives me a reason to put another casting couch out there for interviews too.
We definitely need it. We should try to do like a time lapse of the stage and stuff.
That would be
kinda cool
dope,
to
dude.
like open it up.
Yeah.
Time lapse would be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. It's a cool idea. We're just hashing out ideas live on a podcast. It's cool.
Yeah, and we that's one of the
Trademarked
big
Ricky Bobby
negatives
LLC.
about the Harvest Fest this year is we haven't all got together and talked about ideas. It's all been in like a
It
group
just
chat.
kind of does its own thing.
I know.
After a while.
I plan to try to get everybody together, but I mean, it's just now 2 weeks away. So.
And I was dying for a couple weeks there
That
too,
too.
most of the year.
You look good, by the way. You look alive. I like it.
Yeah, color
it makes
in
me,
me.
makes me happy to see color in your
You,
face.
you seem more lively.
I feel more lively. You know, it's I'm not hating stuff, and I'm not currently dying by anything.
That's good.
You had a couple
Fun.
weeks where some strange things were afoot.
Yeah,
At the Circle K.
had to have some surgery done. You know, it's like my 6th or 7th at this time. Second life-changing one, man. I'm like, I dodged that bullet pretty good about not dying.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not dead.
job.
Every 4 years, life-changing.
Would have put a real
Dying,
damper
but-
on Harvest Fest if you were dead. I'm just saying.
Well,
Like, what are we
you
gonna
died.
do?
just wheeled me out.
Like, jeez.
We had a weekend at Bernie's, weekend at Corey's. Just have you out there, and he's like, Corey's having a great time. We're just like,
Just don't fucking put my ashes on a bracelet on Maddie's wrist, okay? Because I don't want to be
keeping
there.
that one
I don't want to
on.
fucking witness that shit.
you'll be in great shape because he's
I'm
going to
gonna
definitely
cock ring.
Fitbit you out. He'll be like,
You'll end up in Courtney's vagina, so it's okay.
Cock ring, you're gonna leave it in there and
He's going to use you as a cock ring. Yeah.
That's great.
that's awesome.
Even better.
We're getting some good ideas here.
Even better.
I'm getting some skit ideas.
Did you see that picture of that lady that had
That's the
the
worst.
it was an impression of her husband's dick with his ashes in it
Oh yeah. She put his,
at
Aren't you just supposed to
The-
snort their ashes?
at the gathering. She was sprinkling it around the gathering.
gathering of the
Oh my God,
juggalos.
I was gonna say, had to be the juggalos.
She was sprinkling his ashes around the gathering.
Out of a dick?
And yeah,
out of a dick that was shaped as his dick.
she got like a clone of Willie of his
Clone of Willie,
penis,
yeah.
and it was filled with his ashes. Yeah.
Did she
Yeah.
get the?
That's the
It was a
juggalo
pretty big
way.
dick.
Did she
though.
get the shape
That
of
was
the
a
penis
nice penis,
before or
yeah.
after they died? Because when you die, it swells and turns black.
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
it only swells and turns black if they die facing down.
Why do you
I'm
know
gonna die
that?
face.
Don't worry
Holy
about
fucking
it.
shit! I've seen this video. I
Are
think.
we almost done with this podcast?
We're about to wrap this up. Just
Matt's gonna cry next.
like Matt's dick when he's dead. We're gonna wrap this up.
Matt's gonna die face down for some reason, oddly.
Ass up. That's the way she likes to.
Face down, ass up.
Outhouse Productions. Outhouse Penis Productions.
You're supposed to be concerned about me now if I'm sad. Come on now.
I know she don't care.
She doesn't even care.
Are
She's
you
sitting there
sad?
smiling at
She's
me.
just smiling at
Fucking
you.
weirdo.
You gotta put
She
your
knows I
hand
don't get
on
my
his.
feelings hurt.
I'm gonna have to
Don't give
keep
a fuck.
all this in there because there's so many references back that people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is it?" So there's gonna be a whole point where you're like upset.
I say leave it. I mean,
The
it.
tagged video, the tagged picture in the front is just
You
me
crying?
do it.
We're gonna
it.
get so many people to watch this.
It might be your best video, best
know, right?
episode. I don't know.
Oh, I'm
Just
gonna.
saying.
I'm 1,000% sure because the way the angle Corey took on all that, they're
Yeah.
gonna be like, Jordan's a piece of shit because he
Yeah.
hates women, and I'm
He
like,
does.
Jordan does. This has been a
he
Courtney
bullies me
bashing
all the
thing.
time.
I'm gonna look like a good boyfriend though because I was like
You cared
willing
so
to stop
much.
everything because I wanted to make sure you're okay.
He's fucking.
Look at that
I'm gonna remove all the audio
On video.
oh,
I'm just kidding.
on video. Yeah,
I'm just gonna cut right to her
beat her
crying and
later.
you being like, Courtney, stop crying. I'm gonna AI it.
Blank
You have to
characters.
just cut yourself out doing that.
Like I didn't do
You just
anything.
said it.
I didn't talk at all. And it was like, Courtney, shut the fuck up.
Say, Corny, stop
Can you
crying real
edit
fast.
the other Jordan and Courtney's spot?
Courtney, quit crying, you little bitch.
That's the part.
There you go. Cut that in.
We'll cut that in.
He hits me. He won't stop hitting me.
God
You
damn.
better stop. I'm gonna beat you after we leave here.
You have
just
to
kidding,
go
just
get a
kidding,
doll
just
and
kidding,
show
just
him where he hurt
We
you
officially are demonetized for this episode.
Oh shit.
That's good.
Now smack me in the face.
Wait, you get monetized?
Yeah. Wait,
You're
there's
getting
money?
paid for this?
Hold on.
That's not fair.
Yeah, right.
You gotta enlighten me.
Yeah. I gotta.
We need 25,000 followers. Damn it.
Hey, if we're
26,
getting paid for
Free
this, can I
punch and
put-
pie
26?
if you like this video.
26. Yeah, free
Hey.
punch and pie.
26,000. Yeah.
I'm going to give you the receipt for me
That's
getting
impressive.
my hair done, and you can claim that on the taxes as a tax write-off because I had to do it for this episode.
For this camera, for the camera work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
Also, I can now write off those fucking Kleenex because of you. So that's good.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
I use most of them to jerk off, but I
I
don't know
can,
that.
can I
Wet wipes.
sign off my vapes too?
Yeah, your base. We're
Then
gonna
again, you're
I
gonna
don't
cough
see
for
any
15
baby
minutes.
wipes sitting around here, so there's
And
no
my
dirty
inhaler,
horse.
I don't have to pay
I did
for those
before.
anymore.
I had baby whites over there, but I used them all.
Gotta have them out.
They're for the
He's
kids.
got the lotion out with the tissue.
Oh yeah, I have the Jergens. I've had so many people like, do you realize
Jergens.
there's Jergens back there? I'm like, yeah, it's on purpose. I don't think I've only used it like
Like, do
twice.
you realize?
I've used
Are
it.
you,
Off of
are you a
that stuff.
comic? Are you a comic? Are you a comedian?
Yeah, right. They're like, hey, do you know what comedy is? That's my favorite thing is the Deaduccine Alfraido is always in every show now too.
I know. I keep leaning sideways to make sure it's in the shot.
Yeah, and then the Zoom, you can actually see everything.
Did I tell you what I was
Yeah,
going
I
to
don't
do
see any
with the
Harvestfest
with
posters in
the?
here.
We gotta get one. That's our first
That'd be
ever
cool.
comedy poster ever, so that
Gotta
ended up
burn
on the
them
wall,
somehow.
and then all you get ripped up.
I guess you're involved with it now, so we can get you something.
I think this is the first one that has Kokomo Press on it, doesn't it? The logo. at
Yeah, I
least?
think so.
It looks
We had
good.
comedy last year, but I think I think I put it on there, but it wasn't
Yeah,
as
I'd have
it wasn't as prominent.
It
You're on
wasn't Kokomo Press Presents because this
Yeah.
didn't happen in.
The Kokomo Press is on this poster 3 times.
3
It's crazy.
times.
Yeah, it's because
You should just-
it's.
And you're right in
we
the
did
middle
it.
too, because you guys you handled the sponsors and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
You should get Kokomo Press Presents long stickers.
Yeah.
So you can fucking put them on anything you fucking
That'd be
want. That's
hilarious.
good.
Great. It'll be at the hugger in the
I'm
bathroom.
gonna put it on
Kokomo
a,
Press Presents.
what's your middle name, by the way?
David.
Okay, that's
why Corey D.
Corey D comes from. Okay,
Yeah.
Because like I've had people ask me, they're like, "Why isn't it Corey K?" I'm like, I don't know. Corey D sounds cooler.
Someone said it once, and so I'm like, that's my gangster name.
Corey D.
Corey D.
Corey D's nuts.
Because I've had Corey D on most of the Harvestfest flyers for like the last 5 years.
It's just different.
I've
I
had
mean,
people ask me.
Kotkoski gets hard for people. Corey K is all right, but
I think it's because of that one with the big Kotkoski, and so that's why I got the W, but I know
the
it's
big
not.
Kotkoski, yeah. that
Yeah,
was
so I
crazy.
always think Kotkoski, but I know it's Kotkoski.
Well,
Yeah.
it used to be
spelled it right.
Kotkoski. We talked about this on our podcast.
Yeah, the
they
W
had to change it.
disappeared hundreds of years ago or something.
Yeah, you guys took that L, so they took away your W.
That big Kotkoski, like, that was when Mike owned the record store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he found that picture on something. I mean, there's an advertisement I'm in for a taxi limo company.
Weird.
Also, there's like, I'm in a wheelchair in one of their ads too.
Yeah.
Like someone's like, looks like they're
Foreshadowing.
pushing me, getting ready to put me on a fucking lift or whatever.
Serendipitous.
Uh-oh.
So I'm like, there's that. And then there's me in that limo shot that looks like I'm a mafia guy.
Anyway, this has been the Kokomo Press Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you go to Harvestfest X this year. This is the first of our 2 episodes about Harvestfest. We've had a great cast of characters here. Myself, I'm the host of the show. I'm Jordan Grainger. In my green chair, we have Courtney Richardson.
No, hold on.
It's green.
This chair's not green. I won't be back.
She will not be back. In the red chair, we have
Corey Kotkoski.
Corey D.
Corey D.
And in the black chair,
I will be back. My name's Matty Mayonnaise.
we will all be back, and Courtney will be back. And if she doesn't unplug this microphone before she leaves, we'll know for sure if she's coming back or not.
Wait, should I say Matty Crull?
Why do I have to
Matty Crull.
unplug my mic?
Take care.
Manning.
Make good decisions.
Yeah, be good. Thank you guys for checking us out. This is Kokomo Press Podcast. We love you. Bye. Don't. Hey, you just listened to the Kokomo Press Podcast. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you had a great time. If you did, go ahead and like us, subscribe to us, hit that notification bell, do all the things to help us get seen. Go find us over on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. Like us, follow us there. And if you want to really, really help us out, we now have a new thing called Facebook subscriptions. It's only $4.99 a month, and it helps us build out even more than what we have already. Helps us get more equipment, helps us put money into shows, because we give you comedy shows, we give you guys skits, we give you guys podcasts, we give you guys jokes. And if you want to be a part of a group of people that actually get to talk to us and tell us your input first and get to directly speak to us and maybe even, help us write some of these jokes, you can be a part of the group. Join that subscriber base. It's only $4.99 a month, and it's not a lot, but it helps us out tremendously. And it's going to give you an opportunity to maybe win some merch here and there. We're going to do a lot of fun things with our subscribers. So please check us out everywhere you can. And if you want to, subscribe to our page. Thanks for listening to this podcast. We love you. Thank you. 2 kisses.